Pickaxe.
5, 4, 3, 2, live, Michelle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 907 of the Video Game Outsiders podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Michelle Madison.
And I, of course, am your John Jacobson, and joining us once again is Anne.
Who's Anne?
Anne.
Who's Anne?
This guy.
Ryan.
Oh,
It's Anne.
Rye. It's our Canadian friend, Ryan. What's up? Rye.
No, that's a self-imposed
Anne?
nickname. It's Anne. I decided
Anne
it's
now?
Anne. Yeah, it's Anne.
He's gender swapping. I don't know if
No.
I'm
Flipping
comfortable with
sides
that.
tonight.
It's
Yeah.
So
All
Anne, how
right.
you doing?
We need more feminism on this podcast.
No, we don't. We definitely don't. We've got John. He's our girl power tonight, John, because you're super
right.
excited about the
Absolutely.
Switch 2 Eve, right? You're like
Yes.
bursting into seams
Okay,
about this.
I can't believe that it is Switch to Eve, honestly.
Okay, right.
Like, this is a holiday, right?
Oh, okay.
And Michelle has reminded me many times that I might be dead by the time the next Switch comes out.
It's true. This could be your last Switch launch, so you have to enjoy it.
But Jensen, all the juice has been confirmed. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to what's going on with this.
No.
This is a proud
little
moment
bit.
for all of us at NVIDIA.
Juice.
The chip inside Nintendo Switch 2 is
just
unlike
call me?
anything we've built before. The most advanced graphics ever in a mobile
Are
device.
you getting excited?
Full hardware
Are you guys
ray
excited
tracing,
about
It's
this?
No.
warming
high
me up.
dynamic
I was excited about the new
brighter
Unreal
highlights
tech
and
demo they
deeper
showed,
shadows,
Witcher.
and an architecture that
Tech
supports
demo.
backward compatibility.
Which was crazy,
No,
by the
tech
way.
Witcher. It looks
demo.
AI
insane.
processor.
Tech
It was-
demo. Are you guys
they were
listening to what
showing
Jensen
Witcher.
is saying?
Who gives a shit about another
What are you
Switch?
talking about? This is
The
fucking...
most advanced graphics ever.
Isn't this like
in a
10
mobile
years
the
old?
most-
No,
Yeah,
this just
and
came
they're-
out.
It's as strong as a
Advanced
PS4.
graphics ever.
I'm
It
glad.
is
You're
not...
excited.
Okay, I'm not going to tolerate this.
What are you going to do? Bend me over your knee and spank me?
Huh?
Deal
it's
with
just-
it.
Advanced
This is
graphics
just
ever in a mobile
disinformation.
device.
Okay,
Because
disinformation.
because it's cool. It's cool to hate
It's
it,
not
'cause-
cool.
Oh, it's cool. Yeah,
All right.
it is. That's what you do.
John, you
I'm
need
not
to
hating
calm
it.
down.
No,
Yeah.
I'm
right in
Ryan's
the
on
middle.
your side. He's in the
Huh?
middle.
This is a
I'm
proud
more excited to talk
moment
about
for all of
Nightreign
us
tonight. We're
at
going to talk about
NVIDIA.
Elden Ring, Nightreign.
The chip
Of course,
inside
we're
the
Nightreign.
Switch 2
The
is
away.
unlike
Nightman.
anything we've built before. The most advanced graphics ever in a mobile device.
Are you listening to
Full
this?
Of course
hardware
somebody's
ray
going to say
tracing,
that. It's their stuff.
high dynamic range,
This is
brighter
Jensen.
highlights and deeper
Oh,
shadows.
sure. When Jensen comes
Yeah,
out in his jacket
architecture
and
that
wants to talk about an
supports
RTX video card,
backwards
you're just gushing. But
dedicated
now,
AI
no.
processors to
I
sharpen.
don't. I didn't get a 5090. I
Animate.
saw
Well, the
the
thing is, this has
4090.
been
I'll
out
upgrade
for
in
real
real
years
time.
now. We're not gushing because
and
it's
it's
not
ultra
new.
low power. We optimized the semiconductor process
Are you
technology.
listening to this, Michelle?
I
Write
can't-
some of this stuff
Can I,
down.
let me know when I can start talking
so
about
it
the
can
show.
go wherever you go.
Because we have a big show
This
tonight. We're going to
chip
talk about
is a
Elden Ring,
technical
Nightreign, of
marvel.
course, some Switch 2
It delivers
stuff.
performance,
great.
intelligence, and beauty in the palm of your hand.
Dripping. The juice.
Switch 2 is
All right.
more than a new console.
And by the way, come on. I've been saying this for like 1, maybe 2 years that this next system is going to be all DLSS. All the juice is
We've
going to
all
be in
been
there.
saying that.
No.
That's- you're not-
I feel like that's
I've been
obvious.
leading
Yeah,
the
it's
charge
kind of
with
obvious.
this. No,
You
and now
haven't.
no, I've been leading the charge, and now Jensen is
haven't.
coming
We've all
out
said this.
with his jacket and saying how amazing and
The most advanced
Listen to
graphics
him.
ever in a mobile device.
okay.
Did you hear what
Don't
he
take-
said about the
don't take my
5060
word for
card
it.
either?
The most
Well,
advanced
sometimes he
graphics
says some
guys.
stuff.
in a mobile device.
So Ryan, are you getting one?
I'm going to try. I'm going to try tomorrow night and on Thursday. I'm going to send out the troops to go to the stores for me while I'm at work.
Good.
Yeah.
I see. Normally, I'm way more excited. Normally, I'm like calling everybody, trying to get pre-orders. I'm head over heels for the console. I wasn't as hyped leading up to it, but like the closer it does get to release, I am getting more excited for
The most
it. I am
advanced graphics ever.
I'm a
in
Nintendo
mobile
junkie.
device.
Like I have
the
a
most
Right.
ton of
advanced
crap from
graphics
Nintendo.
ever. The most advanced.
So I'm gonna bite
most
it. And
Advanced graphics.
they're gonna reel me in. If I get it tomorrow or Thursday, whatever.
I think
if I get it a week
this
from
thing's
now,
going to be a
I'm gonna love
runaway.
it.
Well, a lot of people have been
train.
saying, what's the launch game outside of Mario Kart? If you have other systems, probably not much. But are you excited for Mario Kart, both of you guys? I know, John, you were
I'm
excited
excited
about
about
the
being
idea.
yeah,
excited.
for sure.
Okay. So yeah, hopefully we'll be talking about that next week. John, you will maybe be doing an unboxing with me on Twitch if
We'll
you
see.
get it in the afternoon, because you may not control yourself if you get it in the morning. So yeah, Cece says Mario Kart VGO gang is taking members. Yeah, come on down to our Discord, and if you're hooking up for people to play the Mario Kart open world game with, because I don't know, you guys are very excited. It's a
The
thing.
most advanced graphics ever in a mobile device.
I'm definitely good
Jensen,
at Mario
calm
Kart.
down. But yeah, and also
We'll
coming
have a
down to our
stacked squad.
Discord, we are giving away a copy of Elden Ring Nightreign, which we're going to talk about tonight. And that is from our sponsor, cdkeys.com. Check them out to save a few bucks on Nightreign as well. They are going to be sponsoring our show for hopefully the foreseeable future here. So we do weekly giveaways from them on our Discord. You can also support us in Discord. You get weekly bonus shows, the 20-year back catalog, as well as ad-free VGO. And you can come on down and talk to all of us. We're all in there. And also hook up and find people to play Nightreign with. So it's going to be a good
The
show
most
tonight.
advanced graphics ever in a mobile device.
All right.
They're plastering it as a
Michelle
mobile
wants to
device.
stab me in the
A
eye
mobile
right now.
device.
I'm
Mobile
just telling
device.
you.
I think,
Okay.
Well,
I think
because you
cell
said
phone when
that
I hear
nobody
mobile
cares about
device.
Elden Ring Nightreign copy pasta.
Yes, copy
game.
pasta,
It already sold
exactly.
almost 4 million copies in
Asset
a couple of
flip.
days. People
Right.
care. Oh, Switch 2 isn't copy pasta?
No.
Okay,
This is a
and
proud
Mario
moment
Kart isn't?
for all of us at NVIDIA.
Oh.
Mario Kart is definitely copy
Yeah, it's
pasta.
nobody
There's
can even
no
tell the
copy pasta.
graphics difference with Mario Kart
Okay,
World.
you're
There is
wrong.
a lot. There is a lot more features. They've added a lot more features to Mario Kart World. So we'll get into that later.
Well, next week we will fully
Yeah.
cover this device.
Yes, it's going to be exciting. We're going to do a big roundtable next week and also talk to Amali, who toured Valve, and maybe he'll give us some top secrets about what Gabe smells like. Okay, so let's just jump right in then. I think we're ready. Any other housekeeping?
No, I think we're ready to go.
I'm
right,
good to go.
Good. So, Ryan, I know you played Elden Ring Nightreign, and I did as well. We both probably played way too much. That we're probably like, I think I played
Too
like
much.
over 20 hours already of the game. I know some people
Yeah.
have clocked in like 30. So I had a great time. I love the game right off the bat. I think you do too. So we're kind of
You
both
did not.
going- I did. I think that it's interesting
did
for
it.
me. I did. What's interesting for me is that there are some negatives I want to just get out of the way as far as, being a multiplayer only game, and then they didn't have crossplay. And for the PC port, it's 60 FPS. There's no ultra wide. It's the typical stuff you still experience with Elden Ring and with most FromSoft games, right? So it's not technically perfect, but putting all that stuff aside, if you just look at the gameplay and just if you're having fun, I think it's a complete blast to play. So what it is basically PUBG meets Elden Ring. I mean, it's somewhat of a battle royale. You are timed. There's that sort of map closing in on you like a battle royale. It's the night closing in. It's done in days, and there's bosses to kill and relics to get and gear to find. And I mean, how would you even describe this game? Because a lot of people are
It's
very
PvP only?
confused. PvE.
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 Oh,
I
so- well,
honestly
that's
have
not
been
PUBG.
describing it
It's a
to
PvE.
everybody
It's
as
a
a
PvE
roguelike.
battle royale. Yeah, roguelike is a good way to put it. I mean, Risk of Rain people have been bringing up, but it is a
Yep.
PvE battle royale meets Elden Ring. I mean, it's still a battle royale in the sense because you're timed, you're constantly moving. If you're stopping to look
Yeah.
at something for too long, you're going to lose levels. You're losing time on the map. You have to move, go. It's completely frantic. It's the total opposite way a lot of people play Elden Ring, which was sort of slow and methodical. You are nonstop moving here. There is sort of like, and I want to shout out to Ted and Homeless, who I played a lot with, and if I didn't have people navigating, like, go here, marking the map is so important, John. You're constantly like, okay, stop at a church, upgrade your flask. Okay, go here, go there. You have to be like knowing where you want to go and moving fast. And it's not just because like the night is closing in. It's because like you have to get the levels. And if you die, you lose them and all that stuff. So you've been describing it, you're saying, as a roguelike. Do you want to kind of explain how that works for people? Like
Yeah,
how
'cause
there's...
Sorry, how there's what?
Well, I was going to say like the meta progression outside with the relics, but then like the progression is mostly contained within each run, like a roguelike.
Yeah, so you're basically going in level 1 with no gear. You start with your starting weapon, one of the 8 classes that you have, and you go in and you progress within each game. There is a bit of meta progression with the relics, and each relic can tie specifically to a specific character, or it can be well-rounded for everybody. And like you said in the Discord, you mentioned it's the meta. There could be more with the meta progression.
Yeah.
There's not quite enough like to call it, I would say, a roguelike, but it really truly feels like it, because during the network test, it didn't grip me. I don't know if it was because I wasn't that good yet and other people
You're
weren't that
confused
good.
the first match too. Like the first couple of matches, you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
It takes
you
a
find
second
that
to
out
click.
very fast with the very first boss, the 3-headed dog there, where
Mm-hmm.
everyone's like, oh no, you never know what to do. But that first day, if you beat that boss in the first day, as soon as you got to that second boss, it feels like your teammates like dramatically increased in skill. And I don't know, I was hooked instantly. After the network test, I was like, oh, I don't know, I'll check
Right.
it out. But after playing this weekend, I'm totally hooked. 21 hours in, I'm on
Yeah.
like the 6th boss, did most of it solo queue with random teammates, and it's been a blast. It's been incredible for
we
me.
should talk about that. Like they just did a patch where it's easier to play solo, period. Like if you want to go in alone, okay? You can also
Solo's
solo
tough.
queue with randoms, but playing with your friends on voice is the best way to experience this. Like it's loads of fun playing
Yeah.
with people. But even alone, I think people could still get a lot out of this because they have this whole remembrances thing with each character, and you can go through sort of like a story mode in a way where there's like lore and there's relics that you get, and that's sort of another way to progress outside of just doing like the runs. But I agree with you that there could have been more, and it seems like they're committed to doing more. They just added a solo patch. They said they have duos coming soon, so you can queue with
so the
just two
solo
people.
patch added like self revives. I don't even
Yep.
think it changed anything else. You're basically just getting self revives. And I was talking to a friend that plays a lot of solo, and he was dying and dying. He couldn't beat anything. So we
Right.
played as a trio. The patch dropped. He went and played solo, and he did beat it. And the only thing that he
Okay.
complained about before the patch was the revives. He's like, I wish I had some way to get a second chance in the boss fight. And that was his only complaint. And they added that. He beat 2 bosses now. Like, I think solo might be fixed.
That's good.
We'll see
That's
how
really
far it
good
goes.
news.
I'll try it solo.
So, they may not add crossplay, which I think has been a big complaint, but just having the way to like play alone, if you don't want to mix with people, or even just the duos. A lot of people were like, look, I just want to play with my friend. Why does this have
Can
to
you
be where we
do
have to kind of-
trios? So like, can you do
It's
not
tr-
a? Can you
it's
do
meant
no
to be done
squad
trios.
fill? Can you do no squad
Well,
fill
you can
though?
queue
Yeah, you can play
solo.
solo.
Yeah.
No,
You
but
can queue solo.
can I?
No, you
like,
couldn't
if I-
queue duos before. So now you can. They're going to be adding just duos.
But what I'm asking is like in
Well, I
other
guess you
games,
could set a multiplayer password and just do 2. Yes.
right?
But
No,
but
it
it's
won't
gonna
start
be-
the game.
It
As far
won't?
as I know, it
you
won't
can
start
say
the
you
game
can't
with
say
just
no
2
squad
people.
fill like in other games, like
No.
Warzone or whatever.
Yeah.
No,
so
not as far as I
basically,
know.
what I love about this, my favorite thing about it are the different characters and these classes, which aren't directly from Elden Ring, right, Ryan? They're kind of like inspired by them, or like a
They're
hodgepodge
inspired
of
by like
them?
all the popular classes that you
Okay.
would use in Elden Ring. Like
Okay.
like a tank, a mage, like a high dex character,
Right.
a summoner, and all these different classes. And instead of just focusing and building the one that you know or the one that you like, you have these pre-built base forms of all these classes. And you go in, you don't have to worry about where to dump your stats into.
Yep.
Each character levels according to how FromSoft wants you to level them. So you just dump your runes in, and they progress in that category. So if
Yeah, you
have
just
a
run around the
strength
map,
character
John,
and
and
a
find
vigor
sites of
character,
grace, and you just spam all
Yeah.
your points, and
So
you
all
get
right,
levels.
I just
as
want to
you're
understand the
playing.
gameplay. So you're running around killing mobs, right? And you have
Yep.
to progress to right, and you're trying to get to somewhere.
It's timed, so in days. So it's like at the
Yeah.
end of the first day, you kill a boss. If you kill that, then the next day starts, and then it's timed. You kill it. So you're like
Okay,
moving
so
through these
we
days.
everyone dies. Now what happens the next time I play?
You lose
so
everything.
if you die
except for
while
the
you're
merc you made.
progressing,
Yeah.
yeah. If you die while progressing, like in the middle of a day,
Mm-hmm.
you all respawn. But if you die in a boss fight, you go down and you can get revived. But if you all die in a boss fight, it's over. You have to start from the
Yeah.
beginning. You didn't beat that boss. It's
So
done.
you'll take your relics out, John, which are sort of like perks you
Yeah.
can put into your character, and then you'll also get currency that you can spend, but you lose everything. I mean, somebody technically could play for 5 hours and make no progression really, like other than just like being able to buy there's no guarantee you're going to get stronger just by playing. Like you have to get
you do
better.
you do earn relics at the end of every run, whether you
Right.
won or not.
But those relics may
And you
not
earn that
make you
currency.
better, and they may not even
No.
be good relics, right? They might not be for the character you're playing, or they might not
So
really
that's
be that
the
helpful.
rogue kind of thing.
Yeah, but you can
Yeah.
like dump a lot of hours with no progression here if you're not yourself getting better. And I think I've been getting better, as I've been playing and as I've been learning. And I think you will get better by playing. Like, don't be intimidated if you're running around right now and you're new to the game. I'm hearing from some people like, well, I'm confused. I don't know what to do. I'm watching these videos. There's these go here, go there. Like, you just have to do it. Like, every time I play a match, and maybe you're still at this point, Ryan, or maybe you already know, every time I play a match, I learn something. Oh, this point here.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you're constantly learning, and it's sort of one of those games. And for me, like I don't know, well, let's talk about your favorite character in a second, but I love Revenant. I had to unlock them. That's basically like a necromancer, John, but they're I have them like full support. So I run around
How'd you
and
do with that fight? That unlock fight?
It wasn't that bad.
I struggled.
I used the hunter dude, but with his mark that just like ticks away. But so I basically heal, I res, I have like spells that I use. I have 3 different ghosts I can summon, and I've just really been enjoying this class. Like if it wasn't for her, I'm not sure which one, but I probably would just stick with the hunter dude. But like there's a class for everybody, and I feel like what I'm hearing from people is like people like multiple. Like they're not just like sticking with one. It seems like everybody's like, oh, I really like this guy, and I can't wait to play more with this guy. And I think they nailed sort of the class and character feel where people want to get on them. So who are you, like, what are you mostly playing?
So in Elden Ring, I was always Dex and like magic. I would hit from a distance. I would come in really fast with like a katana or something. I was always so scared to go tank or like heavy. I played around with a few of the other ones, and I ended off playing the Raider was my last choice, and I love it. I love being up front, smashing things with big swords and big anchors and whatever you got. It's great. It honestly is fun. And yes,
and
I'm
I've been
glazing
telling
the game.
you,
It does have its problems, but
yes,
it's just addicting. It's fun.
It's very addicting and fun. It's one of those games you're going to keep thinking about when you're not playing and you just want to play it and you don't want to play other games. Like it gets its hooks in you. Like I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. Like once you get going and once it clicks with you, like I really I love this game. I can say I really do love it, but it's definitely flawed, kind of not just technically, but just they didn't do a great job of being a multiplayer only game and giving people enough things to feel like it's a multiplayer game or it's a roguelike. But that being said, I think it's still a blast. It's priced, I think you can get it for $35 at CD Keys. I mean, it's priced okay. Could it have been like a really badass Elden Ring mod? Maybe. But I've been sort of trying to tell you and other people who really like this game just because they played Elden Ring, like you got to try Monster Hunter, you got to try Remnant 2, like a lot of the boss fights, even John, it ends up feeling like an MMO boss fight sometimes. Like a lot of the boss fights, if you like this, you need to check out other games where you're doing some sort of like co-op boss fighting, because it does make me think about, especially because I'm playing as a support character, just feeling like I'm killing like a world boss or something like that in any of these other games. So I really, John's bored. He keeps spamming it. Switch to Eve. Badger, we're doing the Elden Ring review at the start. John didn't play, and I think he's very uninterested in the game. This is every time I was playing this game, I'm like, this is so un-John. John would not be able to play this game. He would lose his mind within the first minute.
I agree.
And it's just it's the most un-John game I think that ever could have been created. is Elden Ring Nightreign. But yeah, honestly, I really do like the game a lot. I mean, if you guys are out there playing, come to our Discord and hook up. We're giving away a copy in our Discord, and I don't really know what else to say about it. I mean, it's just fun, and I can't really nail why. I don't know.
It's funny because like it has all these little things that all the other multiplayer games have, like the cross progression, the cross play. The duo queue and like the matchmaking was bugged. Like even when I wanted to just play with one friend and queue up for a third random, it was broken. We had to find a workaround for it. Like there are a lot of little things that hopefully will get fixed soon.
Yes.
But once you're in the game, like I did not expect it to grip me, and now I'm hooked. Like I want to play it. Why am I on this podcast? I should be playing Nightreign right now.
I know. But seriously, we could be playing while we're doing this. Maybe while John's talking about Mario Kart. But no, I had a really good time with the game. I hope to play more, and I want to kind of go through and do those remembrances, like I said, for all the characters, just to kind of, now that solo is maybe a little bit easier with reses, because you do have to go in and out of some of the boss matches with them. But there's also like different settings they take you to. There's like some lore presented. There's relics that you get upgraded for your characters. A lot of people don't even know about that. They're like, I've been playing 10 hours. I haven't done one remembrance. I'm like, well, you got to go do some because you get really good relics for your characters. So
yeah. I didn't do my first remembrance until like 15 hours, I think.
I know, see, but they're very good. And like, I feel like they could have invited people to your round table, like at your whole sort of base you could see your friends around the table, or they could they should add some more, like if it's really truly like a multiplayer only thing, add some more ways to kind of make it more seamless or feel better. You could see everybody at the table ready to go. So anyway, check out Elden Ring Nightreign. I think Ryan and I really love it. We've put in probably 50 hours combined here with the game, and it's a good time. All right, so moving on, I did play Hell Is Us, and this game is getting a lot of buzz. Comes out in September, I think, or a couple of months. It was on my list, but I didn't really know what it was. I was like, this kind of looks cool, and I added it to my wish list. And it's a third-person action-adventure game. Some soulsiness, they're saying, with sort of the actual combat. But I know you played for like a little bit, Ryan, so jump in. But like everybody seems to love this right off the bat. They're like, this game looks so cool. This game was awesome. Like, so you can play the demo right now on Steam. I don't think it's out on console. And the game was like a lie because they say it's a unique exploration system. They said no map, no compass. Use writing and level
they give
design.
you compass.
And they give, I
They
know,
give you
but
compass. That's it.
yeah, but
Oh,
you
is that what
get,
you're
It's
saying?
a
They
lie.
lied?
I'm
Oh,
saying it's a
okay.
lie
Yeah.
because you get a compass within 1 minute. But the promo written
Yeah.
on their page
Is
in
it
this
broken?
big blurb is no map, no compass.
You have to
no
pull the compass out. It's not like
You
on
sti-
your screen.
But they say
all
no
the time.
compass. And
Yeah,
you
they
gave me a
did.
compass.
They did say no compass.
So I was like, okay. But honestly, that compass wasn't enough for me. I did find for me, Hell is Us, name of the game for me. Hell is this game because you don't know where the fuck you're going. I
You
ran
don't.
down the
But
road.
you have a compass.
I don't give a shit. I'm a
All
woman.
they do is say go west, and you have to go west. But if you go too much north, west isn't west anymore, and
Yes.
you don't know where you
So
are.
what's the
had no-
game? What is it? It's a
so many different
post-apocalyptic.
things. It's so
Yeah.
many different things in one. It's like a puzzle game, like Silent Hill meets like a Souls like with combat. Has some like reverse Neo thing going on because you can like stack a heal instead of like a stamina regen. Like it has all these different things going on at once.
Yeah.
And then you're exploring. I don't know how to define the game. Do you?
I don't know what the investigations are. They really kind of they were talking about it's an investigation. You go on
Yes.
investigations. What am I investigating? I don't know.
Well,
But it,
you
like,
were adopted or something, and then like you were
Oh.
taken from a country, and then you're going back to that country to find out why you were like taken from it or something. And they say the central theme of the game is that human violence is a perpetual cycle fueled by human emotions and passions. Like this, the director had this whole theme he wanted to present.
Really?
Like I didn't get
that was
any of
fueled
that.
by money and
Yeah, I didn't get any of that. All I knew was I was running around this creepy supernatural town. You couldn't jump. That was driving me crazy. There'd be like a pebble and you couldn't jump over. I'm like, I need to fucking jump. And why aren't I playing Elden Ring right now? And so like, I don't know. Everybody's like, this game is badass. It looks so cool. I love it. My
It looks
experience
cool.
with
It
it
looks
was like
great.
frustrating for me.
I did see a couple things of like later progression in the game, and what really kind of rubbed me the wrong way was it's like mixing different, I don't even know, aesthetics. Like you have like the grungy open world like Days Gone.
Yeah,
And then
I
you
saw
have
that.
like this crazy lightsaber sword and like cyberpunk gear that you're putting on, and it doesn't fit with the environments. It really threw me off. It looked
Yeah.
really cool. Like the
There's like
graphics are really
supernatural
nice.
enemies, but it's post-apocalyptic town, like in the middle of like, I don't know, like some of Russia, but yet you're talking to
Yeah.
people and then their art style is different than, but I don't know, like people overall are kind of hyped about this and really like this demo. So for me, I'm saying the demo didn't sell me on what the game is, but I think if you like a Souls-like Silent Hill type thing with a lot of talking and investigative, walking slowly through the woods and getting lost and not being able to jump, this might be something to look at.
Now, this game
it's a
comes
free
out in
demo.
September on everything too.
Yeah, but the demo's only out on Steam, I believe. Maybe it'll drop on more places, but yeah, you can. I played the demo for an hour, and I think some people have put in longer. I think for me, I don't know. I didn't like the fact that I couldn't tell where I was going and I couldn't jump, and it just like ate away at me. So, but
I
check
hate
out
games
Hell
where you
Is Us.
can't jump. By the way, that's a pet peeve.
I don't know why.
When you clearly should be able to jump.
There could be, and then I'm running up to ledges. Maybe it's because I was playing so much Nightreign. Like I'm running up to ledges and I was trying to get to this puzzle like a foot above me and I couldn't get to it. I had to run all the way around. I'm like, you're telling me I can't jump or step on this? I've got to run around this whole path. You know, like the navigation on them, and not just because you didn't have a map or whatever, just being able to get around the environment didn't feel good to me. The combat felt pretty good. You have this drone with you, and there's puzzles to do and stuff. So I can't knock that. I think it's just a personal. We lost Ryan, so when he comes back in, pull him in. It was more a personal thing for me that I just don't think it's a game for me just because of the navigation. Okay, really quickly, what I did enjoy that I played a lot of that I hope to play when it comes out is Stellar Blade. The demo dropped on PC ahead of the PC launch next week.
Yeah, what did you think of this?
Well, what I liked right away is you can carry your save data over when the full game comes out, so I wasn't like worried about putting in time. Great PC port right away, ultra wide, has DLSS 4 out the gate. It looks amazing. I love the music. It's a lot like Nier. I think it's the same
The music's
person.
amazing in this game. Like seriously.
The mods are already out. There's nude Eve. There's outfits or whatever. People are already going crazy. There's chubbier, thicker Eve. There's everything you could want. Like this game, if you loved this game on PlayStation, I'm hearing from some people saying they're picking it up again on PC. And John, you said you might as well. We may have keys coming, so you might not have to. But I like this game a lot. It's not necessarily like I didn't like Bayonetta, and I think you compared it to Bayonetta, John. Like I never really played Bayonettas, but I did play Nier Automata, and I do see some similarities there, not just with the music, but just like the feel of the game.
And maybe I said that more because of the girl,
Maybe.
like, yeah.
Yeah. No, I had a good time with this. I mean, we reviewed Stellar Blade before, and I'll bring it up again next week. But I just want to say, like, I was really impressed with the PC port. Apparently, it's 60 FPS on Steam Deck, John. You may want to look at that if you want to play deck mode with this game again. But Stellar Blade seems like a great game so far. So I look forward to playing more. And that's also a demo out on PC right now.
Did you like? I remember liking like some of the exploration and platforming and stuff. Like that's
I'm
what
not
kind of drew
normally
me
a
in.
platformer, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't like annoying platforming. She can swing and hang from stuff and get around. And I like the exploration. I like the sort of cyberpunkish, like you would call it, John, world, like sci-fi. Like there were nods to the Matrix. I've heard Eve may be the one you kind of save or travel at a phone booth. Like it has this sort of cool feel to the story and the world. Like I think people mock the game that haven't played. They're just like, oh, it's just the hot chick game. No, I think it's actually a good game. The combat felt good.
People tried reducing
it's always been the hot chick game.
Yeah, why is it just the hot chick game?
People
like,
were mad though because she was pretty or her butt or whatever. Like that was stupid.
Yeah, it's very stupid because like I'm excited about collecting her outfits. It's not just like I know Pace shout out to you saying it's just a game for gooners. That's not true. I'm not gooning on a woman, but like I love the character design.
The gameplay was fun.
I like the gameplay. I think it's cool that you can collect outfits. The mods are funny to me. Like I'm not going to put on the Eve Thick mod, but like it just kind of makes me laugh. Like it's great that people are already embracing it and the game's already like. There's a lot of hype around this demo, even. I think this is going to be a major hit when it comes out on Steam.
Remember when the PlayStation demo dropped, like Shadow dropped, and it came back, and it was all the hype around that?
No, I think there's
like,
going to be a lot of hype about this again, like coming to PC again.
But he's saying, too, that he's excited about all the mods that the community's going to make. Like, he's totally open to it, and he fully supports it.
Yeah, apparently, like, their social...
They called this guy a perv in the beginning anyway.
But why, though? I mean, it's just like...
Because he likes pretty girls. It's all the shit I've been saying for years, too.
Every dude in the world is a perv. Just FYI, guys.
It came at a time where there was games where there weren't pretty girls as the protagonists, and then this one came out and was like this hot... voluptuous woman was the protagonist, and it was like very contrasting to like what was going on in the news at the time.
It's so silly though because they never left like
it's stupid. It's
Eastern
art.
games.
It's fiction. It's coming from someone's mind, and if that's what they like, then that's what the game is.
I mean, do you guys want to play as like dorky dudes in games? Or you want to be some like He-Man guy?
Well,
like, I want to be.
You wait till we get to my game.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't want to. I can only speak for myself. Where I want to play an attractive woman in a game, I want to look like a better version of myself when possible. Like if I'm on a character creator, I try to make like a better version of me. I loved playing Lara Croft when I was a little girl. Like this idea that women want to play these frumpy characters is completely dumb. Like I've never met a woman who wanted to play as a frumpy character. We like shoes. We want to collect outfits. What do you think Infinity Nikki was about? Okay, where we collected dresses. Like there will be women playing Stellar Blade and appreciating Eve. It's not just a gooner game. It's actually a good game. Like the combat felt good. The story was awesome. The music, the whole feel.
The hate was unwarranted.
Yeah, it was unwarranted hate as far as I can tell. And I know, John, you said much of the same because you actually played on PlayStation. So I'm excited for Stellar Blade. I think it's a good game. I don't think it's just about Eve having a nice ass. All right, and I am just drinking some San Pellegrino Chow blood orange sparkling water. John?
Ooh. All right, I kind of had no direction this week.
Oh, no.
Do you ever have direction?
Some weeks definitely. I know what's going on, but like, so I played like stupid shit. Like I played Spray Paint Simulator on Game Pass, thinking it might be some house flipper type goodness or something. It's so bad. Like I basically had a classic car in my driveway.
Do you like Power Washer Simulator? Because I've heard some people say it's like that. What do you think?
I figured it was like that. Yeah. Or some acid flip Swede game is what I figured I was getting into. Right.
Okay.
It's made by North Star Video Games. Let me see if they're Swedes.
I don't think that matters. Tell us about the game.
So this is why it wasn't. This is why it wasn't good. They're in Maryland.
Oh no.
No, is that no? Wait, maybe not. Hang on.
How about you just talk about the game? Who cares where they're from?
I do, because I always want to know with these type of games, these like acid flips. So it's on Game Pass. It's on Steam. It just came out, and basically you have this spray painting business. You have like some uncle or someone that's like funding you. He's like, I'm gonna get behind you and you're going to start this business and I'm going to give you some money. So you go to a store and you buy spray paint tools and paint and masking tape. And my first job was to basically paint a car in someone's driveway. And you have to like mask off all the windows. You have to remove parts. You have to basically prepare the whole body and then paint the whole fucking thing. Now, I'll tell you, on the Xbox with the joystick, this game's fucking torture. It's absolute fucking hell. I hated it. I turned it off so fast. I don't like it. And then I go on the Xbox and I'm like, and also besides this, I was playing Flight Simulator. I went back to that, and I got to tell you, I really have neglected time with that game. I had so much fucking fun, and I also figured out that if I go into windowed mode, I can drag the screen across all three of my monitors. And holy fuck, is that immersive? Because before, I never wanted to play it unless I pulled out the VR, and that's such a pain in the ass. And I have a cheap HOTAS set up, and I was like, and I found this pro tip. Like, there's a plane called the Grumman Goose, and it's an old plane, like a pontoon plane, but with also wheels. So you could take off from an airport, and then I was flying like around my house, and I was landing in lakes that I knew, and I was just blown away by it. Like, how can a game be that detailed, like everywhere? And I would land, and it looks just like it. I'm like, holy fuck, how they do this? And actually, Matt McCarthy was here last night, and we did the same thing. We went by his house, flew over it. I need to start doing more of the missions. Rye, have you ever played Flight Simulator? Are you into that shit at all?
I think he dropped. Pull him back in.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, they did that big update with the jobs, right, John?
I know. I need to do that.
That's what I was curious about.
I never played Flight Sim. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe back in the day on like the old Mac, but I think that was it.
Yeah. Honestly, it's unbelievable, that game. And it runs better than ever, by the way, on my PC. I did try it on my Xbox with the cloud streaming, and that was a pile of shit.
Yeah.
And the Xbox controller is not good for that game, and I don't even know what the mappings are. But with the HOTAS, it all makes sense, and it's fun as shit. And then also, I know a couple weeks ago, my friend Matt McCarthy and I, we made an announcement about Gray Zone.
Okay.
And Michelle, I found out, is trying to sabotage my coverage of this game by spelling gray wrong. Michelle, do you want to comment? Do you want to comment on that?
I prefer GREY. I don't know why. I mean, it's just I'll put it as Gray Zone in the notes for you this time.
GREY is the British English version.
Whatever.
That's what we use in Canada, by the way.
Yeah.
GREY, but the game's spelled Gray Zone. So we're still leveling up, trying to satisfy all the vendors and shit. Now, Rye, I know you played this, right? Because I wanted to hear your take on it.
Which was it?
Gray Zone Warfare.
Oh, Gray Zone. Yes, he was so forgetful for me.
Yeah, you hated it. He hated it.
I didn't really. First of all, it didn't perform very good at all. It was very poor. It really reminded me of Tarkov. The whole menu system, the whole swap in items and attachments on your weapons and ammo and all that. You're looting. I didn't really ever get to the end of a match, so I called it an extraction. Yeah, which it does feel like an extraction shooter. You can't tell me it doesn't feel like an extraction.
It's not
shooter.
An extraction shooter though. You're on the map forever, and
so you
don't have to extract. You just need
and all that.
You just need to get to your base somehow. Be it by foot or by helicopter, so you can put stuff in your stash or sell stuff. And
isn't that technically extracting?
Isn't that extracting?
Yeah, that's what.
Then I guess World of Warcraft is an extraction shooter too.
No, everyone's saying it's extraction to your base instead of a helicopter.
You have a goal in mind. You start off with all your gear that you collected throughout the runs.
There's bases all over the map. Okay, you spawn into the game, and you could play the game for 10 minutes or 10 hours on the same map. You never leave.
Right.
There's no loading screens. There's no instances. There are some new like dungeon raid things on there now, but basically you have bases which are where the vendors are, just like World of Warcraft. You have your stash, like your bank.
World of Warcraft.
Well, I'm saying it's the same. Yes, it is. It's the same exact model.
Is it more so like the Division? Like
with the safe. Yes, like the safe houses and the vendors are there, and your stash and your bank and all that. Yes.
Except the Division ran at like at least a solid 60 FPS.
It runs great on my computer. I'm over 100 frames almost always in that game. Maybe check your settings.
I think I was hitting 100 frames, but I was chugging along at times. Yeah, like it did not.
Well, when the
run
game
good.
first came out, like when you're in a helicopter, forget it. You're like 15 frames a
Yeah.
second. That's no
I really
more.
don't want to talk about Gray Zone every week.
I know you don't, but I don't care.
Okay, what did you play for? What else did you play?
That's that's my game right now, and I'm into it. I did try another game, Michelle.
All right, I hope it's good.
We'll see. So I played a game called To a T. Okay.
Look at this game.
This is a proud moment for all of us at NVIDIA.
No, don't go back to that just because you played this game.
All right, so there's a game called To a T, and it's made by the guys that made Katamari Damacy, okay? And it sounds
I
like
don't
this.
know.
saw this.
Now listen to this, though. Wait.
Is this the song in the game?
Yeah. Hey, guys. But I want you to listen to some of these lyrics. Listen, right here.
Is this an ad for testosterone?
Were they too lazy to code in a pose other than the T pose? Is that what this is?
Okay, so you are a kid, which I thought was a boy, by the way. It's a girl. But I made
What?
her look like a guy. Oh, I listen. Okay, it's a girl apparently. Okay, and I was confused by all this because when the game launches. Okay,
Yeah,
it's not important.
Skirt.
It's not important. She's a girl. Okay, her name is Teen. Okay, Teen. I renamed her.
We're playing Elden Ring and you're playing To a T.
just hang on, okay? So it's made by the guy that made Katamari Damacy, which is what interested me in it. Now I have to say, not popular opinion, I think Katamari is overrated.
Okay.
Really.
A lot of people love that game.
I know they do, and I played it a bunch, and every time I get excited when there's some new version
this is an
or
Annapurna game. They make shit.
Okay,
Some
so
people love them.
this game,
Cat games.
you are a child, a 13-year-old child, and your arms have rigor mortis, okay? And you're in a T. You're in a T. You are a T, okay? Now, what's interesting to me is that this is a Japanese developer.
I thought Nightreign was confusing.
This is wild.
Okay, so you are a T, okay? And everything you do in the world is different because you are a T, okay?
They're really out of game ideas.
Going to the bathroom, putting on your clothes, opening doors.
Of course, it's a girl. How
hard.
can a boy hold his dick with a T? Of course, it's a girl. Why don't you play
Okay,
hard mode?
so-
Play as a boy.
You have to
All right?
go
How
to
are
the
you
bathroom.
peeing?
Yes,
How are
you have to go
peeing
to
as a
the,
boy?
you have to go to, okay, so it's a narrative story game with mini games, okay? And you're going through this very vibrant world as a child who is stuck as a T, okay? Your arms are in rigor mortis. They never come down. They're always out.
Is that a part of the story, rigor mortis? Is that
No,
do they
but
tell you that?
Dead? What?
something bad has happened to this kid, and I'm not really sure what, okay?
But that's
they
not
don't
a real
explain
thing,
it.
John.
What's that?
People's arms being stuck straight out like that. How do you get
But
through a door?
here's what's interesting to me about this, and maybe I'm overthinking it.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is a Japanese developer, right?
Yeah.
The letter T, they don't have that character in their language. Am I wrong? I don't know. Like, but anyway, okay. So you are stuck as a T. You're navigating the world as a T, and basically everything that you're doing is harder because you're a T. Like eating cereal is very hard. Opening doors is a pain in the ass.
Can you tell me how you ate the cereal? Did you put your face in the bowl like a cat? How did you eat the cereal?
So to eat the cereal, Michelle, I want you to take your arms and put them out. Like a T.
Okay, I got it. Here we go.
Now your elbows do not function, nor do your shoulders.
Okay, so I
No,
gotta
I
turn
definitely
my
can't play
hands like a
Nightreign.
spoon.
Okay, so now you
Yeah,
have
you're
to
not playing
pivot. You have to pivot your hand to the cereal box, and the other hand goes up because you're a T. Okay, right, and then grab the cereal box, and then you have to like dump it with your
I'm
hand
offended
into
this
the
game
bowl.
exists. I hate the person who made it, and I wish ill
and then
their
you have
way.
to use your other hand
No.
to grab the milk and
This
then
sounds
lift
fun.
it up and then
this
twist
sounds fun.
it.
Playing with a child
okay?
with a disability that doesn't exist. This is a real joy.
Okay, now here's the thing. Okay,
Wait,
you
I
go
see
to school.
somebody eating as the cereal with the
This
T
is
arms. There's no way the
crazy.
spoon bends like that. They have
I
3
know.
foot long spoons.
Okay, well, I think the kid has special utensils, like a big giant spoon. Okay,
Special needs.
like
man.
oversized
Yeah.
spoon, so it can get to the mouth. Okay, so that's one thing. I had to go to the
Some
bathroom.
sick
There was all
fetish.
kinds of grunts and sounds. I was doing
Ew.
mini games to get shit out of me.
What the
And then
fuck?
I had to flush the toilet.
You're
and
shitting
then I
on
had
a toilet as a little girl with T arms?
Yes, but she was behind a wall I couldn't see.
This guy's a pervert. All
right, and then I gotta go to school. And my mom tells me I gotta brush my teeth. And that's a whole fucking mini game with my giant fucking T arms. And now I got fucking eye boogers I gotta take care of.
This game is a fever dream.
Why would you play this?
Okay, here's the thing. I'm playing it, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And this kid's like some crybaby Caillou, like Charlie Brown character, like. You might know Caillou. Like, he's a little fucking whiny bitch.
Is.
What?
We know Caillou up here.
He's
in
Canada, Canadian whiny little kid.
Okay.
Bald kid.
So you're like just whining and crying about going to school. Then you go to school and you find out because the bullies are all beating the fuck out of you, and they're making fun of you walking down the hallways doing the T at you, like, haha, you're a T,
yeah,
ha.
you're
Just
taking up too much
helicopter,
space
man.
in the hallway. I don't blame them.
Right, so he's bumping into everybody. So
Yeah.
so basically, you're living this kid's hellish life, right? And so there's so much dialogue. The world, the way they present the map, like this weird static camera, but it's very vibrant and colorful and looks okay, but you can't see where the fuck you're going. You do eventually get a unicycle that's like your
Oh,
vehicle.
yeah, that's a good thing for somebody with.
You could ride like a chopper
Yeah.
with the high handlebars, maybe.
Well, think about it. She has to have a unicycle because she can't put her hands on the
Is that why
handlebars,
she has
right?
bad hair because she can't do her hair?
Right.
John.
What? Yes.
How many hours did you put into this game?
A couple, 2 to 3. I'm on
Oh,
like the
no.
4th chapter. There's 8
You
chapters.
put in
Yes.
more hours into T game than you did Expedition 33.
I
Where's
did
Zelda?
actually.
Oh my.
But there's something about it. Like, okay, so there is some
'Cause this
exploration.
is more his speed. He can't play a game
It
that
is,
requires
it
skill.
is.
Okay? There's no skill when your arms are stuck out like a T.
That
just
is,
trying to make
you need skill to play that, okay?
John, I can't
You
believe
should
you
play
hours
this game
into
with
this
your
game.
arms out.
What?
That would have been creative. Like you have to play with it. Yeah.
Right. But here's the thing. So the kid figures out, and this is why it was getting confusing for me, because I thought I was a boy the whole time. Because I chose a boyish hairdo. So she figures out that if she spins around like a ballerina, she can fly, right? And so she ends up
game. I hate
saving one of
everybody
the
who's played this game. I hate the person who made this game.
She ends up saving one of the bullies, and then the bullies start liking her and stuff. And then there's a draft that makes my lunches every day, so I have to go visit
No
the draft.
dude is
talk
gonna
to the
like
draft.
a girl whose arms are stuck straight out. You aren't getting you aren't getting any good action. What is
So-
it? You can't even hug somebody. What kind of soulless creature is this? She jerks off to bullies. No, fucks.
Listen,
true.
when
Yeah,
I realized what this fucking game was, I'm like, I have to play this. I need to talk about this. It's fucking ridiculous and weird, and it is.
I don't like
it's-
this at all.
It's well executed, but God,
No, it's not well executed.
Let me finish.
There's nothing to execute.
But
It's got 70
it's-
reviews. Okay,
it's-
nobody's
it's-
playing this.
It's a bit torturous to play, though. It's so you have to sit through all this dialogue, and then you get like minutes of gameplay, and then you get a cutscene and minutes of gameplay.
Let's look at
and-
the reviews for this. Never forget you're the perfect shape. Do they say that in the game?
And, no, in the song,
Oh my god. I
you know, the reviews on Steam are mostly
This is
positive.
not real, man. This
yeah,
is not.
I don't want it to be real. And you're shitting on Nightreign calling it copy pasta, and you're playing T.
This is
the game.
not. This is not copy pasta.
Because nobody would copy this. You have to be brain damaged.
Oh my god, it's comparing this game to Hogwarts Legacy and Expedition
What?
33 on
How?
Steam.
No,
It
they're
says
not.
Games similar games that you've played.
What the hell? That means they couldn't find a match, so they just picked like 2 games you played a lot of. You're the perfect shape. I would have respected it more if she was an O. There's just a fat egg rolling around. I don't have any.
That'd be too much like Katamari.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's true. He just plays games where you're shapes. That's all this guy can do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're a ball, you're a T. What's next? Triangle the return. This guy is a talentless hack.
Holy crap.
All right,
Yeah.
John.
So
what
to a
else?
T on
Okay.
Steam.
Yep.
Or I played it on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass. People like it on Steam though.
Sure they do. 70 people, aka his family.
No.
It's 70 people. All right, I could put a game
It's
out
got
right
a
now
lot
and
of
get
great
more than that.
reviews. I don't know, Michelle.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sure
I don't-
seems
well-
like it's got a big following.
Sure, of course. You told me nobody cared about Nightreign. It has like 4 million copies sold.
it's copy
but
pasta.
but people care about this apparently to
Right.
a T. Yeah.
And then I do want to actually talk about a game that does require skill, and you tell me I can't talk about it. So then you're getting to a T. That's where we are, okay?
oh yeah, blame me because you're playing shitty games.
We're regressing.
Yeah, to a T, to a trash bin. Good call, Keely. Now tell us about Tempest Rising. They sent us a key.
Yeah, so I played that exclusively on my Steam Deck, on my deck, with a mouse on a tiny screen.
Ooh, that's not a good recipe.
So when I started the game, I immediately knew, and I didn't know this going in. I'm like, this is Command and Conquer. And Command and Conquer is a game I played like 28 years ago, you know?
Red alert.
Yeah, so like, you know, Command and Conquer was an early RTS on PC, like in late 90s. I owned that game, I played that game, and I could tell right away that they were going for Command and Conquer. And this game takes place in 1997 in a fictional world. Basically, the Cuban Missile Crisis has gone bad. It did not go the way it did as we know it. Mm-hmm. And there's two armies fighting each other. One's very Russian and one's not. And kind of like Command and Conquer. And
Yeah, I'm seeing that in the reviews. A lot of people saying, if you like Command and Conquer, play this.
Yeah, so it's an RTS base building game where you're spawning troops and vehicles and just taking on armies and trying to, you know, get as much land as you can. And it's really everything you'd think it would be. The presentation is very 90s. Lots of like Windows 95 style windows that are popping up all the time with exe files running. There's a lot of like 3D pre-rendered like cutscenes and stuff with the bad guys talking to each other and taunting. There's something going on with this Tempest thing where there's like some hole that they're trying to control that, I don't know, goes to some dimension or has some resources in it. But it's kind of exactly what you think it's going to be. Mm-hmm. And they executed it pretty well. Now, I played on the Steam Deck. The controller does not fucking work at all. But I basically just grabbed a Bluetooth mouse and I was able to play the entire game with just a mouse. Just clicking at everything. And I think if you like these type of games like StarCraft and Command & Conquer, you're going to want to check this out. Like it really delivers that. If you have the nostalgia, I think that EA like promised to re-release that game numerous times and they would start and stop and start and stop. And I think the studio just said, fuck it, we're going to make it. And they did it.
I mean, it's pretty popular. People like it. So check it out.
The visuals are really nice. Yeah, like
I think it looks good. I mean, I was on a tiny screen. I did play like for a minute on my PC and then I went to the Steam Deck. But yeah, it's made by a Danish developer, Slipgate Ironworks. I don't know what else they made. Do you like these kind of games, either of you? StarCraft, you like it?
I used to love Command and Conquer, Warcraft.
I like
The original
Warcraft. Yeah,
StarCraft.
Warcraft 2.
Well, Warcraft 3 and yeah. So yeah,
With a
check
lot
it
of
out.
Age of Empires. That's a little
Yeah.
bit different.
I like stuff like that too. What are you drinking, John?
I'm drinking a Athletic Upside Dawn.
All right, Rye. What did you play other than Nightreign?
All right, I played quite a few games actually this week. Starting off, I played Splitgate 2. Honestly, I had a blast with the first one. It was back when I was streaming, so I had a good community playing in and out with me, and I loved it. It ended up flopping I think it was like a year or 6 months later or whatever. But this one, it's the exact same thing. I fell in love with it again. It's fast paced. The objective based game modes are really, really I don't know, they're really fun. They really get yourself into it. It's just smooth. The game runs great. If you're looking for a good first person shooter with a little bit of a mix of Portal in it where you're hopping through and like, I don't know, it's very fun. It would be a lot more fun with friends, but none of my friends are playing it right now. It's pretty popular.
I mean,
too.
do you
It's
like that
getting a good
mechanic? Because
average.
when I played the first one, I was just kind of like,
talked about this last week where people were saying
Yeah.
it was a downgrade, and I couldn't compare it enough because I didn't remember. They lowered the places you could put portals. They were saying it's too monetized.
I didn't really
But
notice that. It is
I
very
thought it was
monetized
fun,
this time,
though. I mean, it was fun. Like for all the complaints, I mean, people were saying it might be DOA because it's already got mixed. And
but where
it's
does this fit
Yeah.
into the landscape, though? That's the problem I have with it. Like, I'm not going
Portal.
to get into this.
It's in between like a CS type game, like a tac shooter and a Call of Duty, right?
But with,
find
Right,
with the
like it has
ability
some
to use
siege
portal
like
thing.
tactical. It feels fast, John.
Yeah,
like
because you
jump
don't
into the
really
air
ADS.
I mean, I
Yeah.
played the first one. We talked about it a long time ago.
Yeah. So my strategy with the portals, I really just off the bat, off spawn, I put a portal, and then when I'm in some trouble, I put another portal beside me, and it's like a get out of jail free card. I just hop into my portal and close
Right.
them, and you kind of get stopped shooting. Or I put a portal like behind somebody around a corner, and I kind of stand and look through it.
And you're
But like I find.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can shoot through your own portal. You can see through your own portal, but you can't see through the enemy portals. It's a really fun game. I don't think it's going to go very far in the FPS scene, but it is something fun to pick up. It's free. It's in the beta right now. I think the beta is going on until the full release of the game. But yeah, it's just something fun and silly.
Is this going to be free to play?
Yeah,
I believe it is. Yeah, I
Oh,
believe
okay,
it's
yeah.
fully
that's why
free.
people were bitching about monetization in it because but
Yeah.
it's like if it's free and they're just doing cosmetics, like if it's not pay to win, I couldn't see if
They-
I didn't see him pay to win.
Yeah.
Did it?
They're doing no, it's not pay to win at all. They're doing the thing that Valorant
Yet.
does. So you buy the skins and then you buy currency to buy upgrades for the skins. And it does
Okay.
get expensive if you go that route. I didn't do that. I
Yeah.
did the Twitch drops and I bought the battle pass for $5 and I've already finished it. It's a good experience. I think if you like that kind of thing, if you enjoyed Splitgate 1, pick it up. It's a fun little pick up and play. The games last about 10 minutes each.
Yep.
Next game on the list, I played Nice Day for Fishing, recommended in the Discord. And honestly, this game, John, I think you'd love this game. You like that other fishing game? I think it was called Cast and Chill.
Yeah.
Was it? You talked about it a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
So this one is hilarious. It's like a 2D side-scroller fishing game. And the fishing mechanics are like individual battles. So every time you cast, you find the fish that you want to grab, and it fights you on the way up. You parry, you attack, you can use spells, and you eventually
cool.
catch the fish or you lose the fish. And you go on these little missions across the top, like the overworld. It's set up kind of like Terraria. And the longer your fishing line is, the deeper you can go into the water. You craft boats, you move around, you do missions, you fight these like Cthulhu-like monsters that have taken over the world. Very fun, very charming, very funny. There's this one scene at the beginning of the game where it's kind of pretending that there are other people in the game and they call them NPCs and everybody on the earth is an NPC. So you think that you're with other people and then they get obliterated. This is like in the first 30 seconds of the game. They get obliterated, but they start talking to these people and they're kind of resembling humans where they're like skipping the dialogue. And so the main character's talking and the other character's like, skip.
Yeah,
Skip.
I saw
And
the trailer was all like
it was
funny
so-
too. Like they tried to put sense of humor. Like, did you see that like real like video trailer with the guys and stuff?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They filmed like a whole like people out in the woods with a staff,
Like
and
a
shit,
little mini
LARPing.
movie.
Yeah, like so
It's
I,
very charming.
okay.
Yeah. I played on the Steam Deck. I'm going to continue playing on the Steam Deck. I bought the full version. Great pickup. It's very chill, very relaxing. Other than like yeah, okay, the fishing can get a little bit tense because you want to catch the fish, but you're battling them, so you got to level
Well,
up.
I like
You
the
gotta-
idea that there's like spells and shit as you're bringing them up, right? Like,
Yeah,
trying to wear
you
them
earn
down.
different spells, and you have like a mana bar and all that. And the parries are like you can get a perfect parry or just a regular block. And yeah, I fell in love with this game.
So is this like
instantly.
a big world that you're exploring, or is it just kind of like you just,
I've only played, I think, about 5 or 6 hours. I've gotten pretty far. Like, it does get pretty big, like horizontally. Like, you're going back and forth for quite a bit of ways. Like, I'd say it's pretty big for the type of game that it is. All these different sceneries and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah,
Definitely pick it up if you like these kind of. It's like I don't know.
Is there
Would
a
you call it a
demo?
role?
I
It's like an
thought there was,
RPG
didn't it?
adventure. Yep, there's a demo.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to look at this too.
Yeah, check that out. It's really cool.
All right, what else?
What else did I play? I played a lot of Nightreign. That kind of consumed me for the week.
I
It's-
know it's
If I didn't have to work so early tomorrow, I'd be playing it as soon as this podcast ends.
yeah.
What was it? I tried Hell Is Us. We talked about that earlier. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me.
Alright. Yeah, it's hard with Nightreign, but I will.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
played
we'll
a ton of Nightreign. That was it.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if we covered it enough or if we said everything about it, but yeah, I hear you. That's
Play with
much what
us.
I did.
how's the mouse
Yeah.
and keyboard support in that game?
It's not great.
I don't
I'm
use
doing
it.
it. Yeah, I'm one of the crazy people who do it. I know you said you have a friend who does it, but
Yeah, I have a friend who only plays on it, but he loves
actually,
it. Like
I actually kind of like it now, but it took me like a day to get my key bindings right and trying to figure out what the hell I was doing. The lock-on targeting is not my favorite thing, though. But if you do it to tab, you can just tab target on and off, and it's not so bad. They have it like middle mouse to start. But anyway, yeah, you're supposed to use a controller, John, basically.
Basically, I played with my buddy on controller or on keyboard and mouse, and he didn't know how to ping, and it was pissing me off because we couldn't get anything done. He's like, "Oh, come over here with me. Go to this direction." And I'm like, "Where do you want me to go? Just ping."
Yeah.
He's like, "I can't ping. I can't ping." I'm like, "Bind it to your keybinds, man. Just ping for me."
The key, it's not everything. The
Such a
UI, the
big part.
menus, everything is not set up for mouse and keyboard, John. But you can do it, and that's how I'm okay with my character now, like doing it. But it took me some time. Or whatever.
That was the main reason I refunded Elden Ring on PC and I bought it on PS5 is because it didn't perform. The keybinds were crazy. I think I was getting like Xbox controller inputs when I was trying to use a keyboard and mouse. It was just a mess.
Technically, it is not a good PC game on the technical standpoint of like the 60.
But a lot of those Japanese games all do that. Like they lock it at 60. There's no ultra wide support.
Yeah, I don't know if they do anymore. Honestly,
Capcom did that a lot.
Yeah, but you can run a mod and like fix it.
Right.
Like they're, this is like you can't do anything to it. There was a Nexus mod to unlock the frame rate, but they took it down. It might be coupled with the parrying window or something like that with the frame rate, so it doesn't like the way they designed the game. I'm just hoping for the next Elden Ring and the next whatever that they do update the engine and change things and start to see things a different way. Because it's like the one flaw. Like when I first put on Elden Ring, the
It's
original
like console
game, I felt
first.
the same way.
Well, I
It just
remember
doesn't make
playing
any sense
Elden
'cause it's
Ring
selling
and I
more on
realized
PC.
right away, oh, I need my controller for this game. Like,
Yeah, you
it
need a
just
controller, but the 60 FPS lock
Yeah.
and then, all this
Yeah.
other stuff is just kind of like antiquated at this point. So I'm hoping for them. But I mean, it does make me want to go back to Elden Ring, even though I watched it a bit. I'd like to play more after playing Nightreign. So we'll see if I actually do. But I just love my character so much. I'm going to try to recreate it in Elden Ring. I'm trying to make my
do
summoner
that.
in there.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's. I think it would be kind of a fun challenge. So anyway, all right, what are you drinking?
I'm currently drinking a Bud Light strawberry lemonade. It was all that was in my fridge.
That sounds
It's like I don't know.
Not-
it's
it's
okay. It's
not
not
good.
sweet. It's not
It's
good.
not right.
All right.
All right, what's going on out there,
All
Michelle?
right. Well, EA cancels the Black Panther game, closes cliffhanger games.
That was like a week or two ago.
Yeah, we didn't get to talk about that. It's from Wednesday. That we didn't get to talk about on Tuesday. Look, the reason why is because EA said it was 4 years in the making. They were pumping money into it, and they weren't very far along at all.
Brutal.
And look, the lead developer was a woman who came out and had a video saying she won't hire white people. So, I mean, kind of karma, I guess, here goes around, comes around. But EA, this was not the reason why they shut it down because of her statements. It was because they said after 4 years they were still in pre-production. So they were basically funneling money into this game and nothing had been done. So they cut it. They called it. So
A lot of games. I feel like a lot of games got canceled.
Well, that Ubisoft
Stuff this week.
Defiant. What was that game called?
X-Defiant.
X-Defiant
servers shutting
guy.
down. Yep.
Yeah.
That
I
game
mean-
was okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it was Chainsaw.
Okay.
They're not
Yeah,
getting
I
any more
mean-
updates for
Yeah.
that anymore.
It's a hard world right now with shooters. I mean, I know, John, I told you I wanted you to try because Siege X launches next week on the 10th. I
Yeah,
want
I
you
know.
to try it again. And I mean, Siege is still going strong and they're like redoing the game. So I may have to look at it again too. But it is a hard world out there for shooters. But X-Defiant, went bye-bye, which was, I think we all kind of knew.
Well, Ubisoft is just one blunder after another.
Yeah.
That one was kind of an okay COD thingy, but I guess not enough people playing. So what do you do?
Well, also canceled Xbox, right? They said our first party handheld has been sidelined for now, John. What's going on with this?
yeah.
Well, basically, it might be in response to these. Who did that? Someone did a bunch of comparisons of Steam Deck with Steam OS versus Windows 11 on handheld, and the differences were staggering.
Yeah, like 10 to 20 FPS better on.
Yeah, Microsoft
Linux.
said it was a performance thing across all their gaming stuff, like PC, their game bar on PC, like everything. They want to focus on dialing in the gaming before making their own.
Good.
Yeah, so they want
handheld
to make a
console.
handheld OS. They're saying, listen, the hardware is not the problem. We're going to shelve that for right now.
Yeah.
Let's get the software right. Let's get the OS right. And honestly, that's why Steam Deck probably does perform so well, because it's so fucking lean. It's there's
So
not,
easy.
There's not shit running in the background. I mean, like on my Windows PC right now, if I go in there and look, there's probably a million processes.
They want to work on
Yeah.
it because this is what's going to be in the next Xbox. It's going to be Windows.
Of course.
And so
Yeah,
they're
still doing. They're still doing their ROG Ally X Microsoft thing. Like that's still going. Like or Game
I know,
Pass
Right.
or whatever it is.
Sure, but that doesn't count to me at all. It just doesn't. But here's the question I have though. Okay, I mean the reason Windows on our PCs is slowing down our gaming is because we have all these processes in the background. You know, I've got Adobe shit and Google
you need
Drive
to shut up
and
11. You need to shut off a lot of shit.
yeah,
in your
like so
registry.
there's shit
Apparently,
in the
I'm feeling
background
it tonight.
So there's shit
Yeah.
running in the background, and I guess on the handheld, there's all these processes that are running, even if you didn't install stuff that's not happening on Steam Deck. So the question I have, though, is if they do that, and they do make it super lean, does that mean you can't install anything? Except for the games they say you can, but it's still Windows somehow?
No, I don't think that would
No,
impact
because even
that.
with the Steam Deck, you can boot Windows, right?
Yeah.
I understand. I'm talking about this, but their curated, Steam OS experience is what I'm talking
No,
about.
that
So-
won't. It won't. They're just going to strip down all the shit in the telemetry and Windows that is garbage and
Yeah.
trash.
Okay, well,
because
as soon as you
I
install
don't even have the game bar installed on my PC. It's,
I mean,
completely
neither
turned
do
off.
I. But I'm
and
saying
people that
if you
run
can
it
install
claim they're
Windows
losing even more from.
Yeah, what I'm saying though is if you can install every Windows app in the world, well, then that shit's running in the background.
Well, this happened at the same time Steam OS was
Yeah.
pumped out to
Yeah.
everything.
I was
It
just gonna
a-
say they gotta work quick because
Yeah.
Steam OS is out.
Yeah, it's out for everything now. So they're competing now and saying, "Look, we're losing. We're 20 frames less than Steam OS. We've got to do something."
And the
with
battery
Windows."
life is significantly different too. Like
yeah, because it's
Insane.
not
Like
doing
Dead-
shit in the background.
like Dead Cells was like 2.5 hours on the Windows 11 versus 6.5 on the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And going back to what Jensen said,
Well, that's why the battery life is worse on the new Switch than the old Switch.
And an
because,
architecture that supports backward compatibility.
Yeah, it's only like
Yeah.
4
dedicated
hours or something
AI
compared to 5.
processors to sharpen, animate, and enhance gameplay in real time. And it's ultra
I think
low
right
power.
now the best handheld to get is a ROG Ally with
Mm-hmm.
Steam OS. I think that would be like the cream of the crop. You're getting best
Yeah.
performance, best battery life. It's you cut the bullshit, pick up and play anything on Steam, anything anywhere else. That's your
Yeah.
handheld to go to right now.
Yeah, I agree. And I think
I'm not. I don't. I think the next Steam Deck.
the next Steam Deck is
I love
interesting
my
to
Steam
me.
Deck. I love it.
I'm definitely probably going to get one. I think but they're in no rush. They want to wait for that leap, of that generational leap, which people are saying the Switch 2 isn't the generational leap. That's been like the buzz thing you hate, John, that you've been saying.
Well, no
seeing
one
a lot on
has the
YouTube this
Switch
week.
2. There's no reviewing
Right.
it, so it's all hyperbole. But okay, Valve has done an amazing job with SteamOS. Going into the Steam Deck, I
Then
was
let
so
people put it on their
skeptical.
Switches, and then Switch 2 becomes more interesting. Can you imagine if they bypass Microsoft like that? They just let you put
But I was
and
just
people-
so skeptical of Linux running all these Windows things, and I don't still to this day I'm amazed that everything fucking works.
Yep.
Like it's crazy
Yeah.
talk, and it's just getting better. I mean, it's so much better than the
Well,
day I got it.
Yeah, their driver stability has increased like exponentially. They've done
Yeah.
amazing work with their drivers with Linux, and
Every
they're
time I
competing.
turn it on, there's a fucking update, and I turn it on many times a week. I am in the experimental like beta shit though, so I'm probably getting
yeah, you're probably
those
getting early
updates.
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah, but
good.
it's been
I'm excited to see what happens with the next one whenever it happens because, John, like you said, you were concerned. It seems like everybody's sort of adopted this. Everybody's been like on board. Like Ryan, like
Right.
you were saying, SteamOS is going everywhere now. I don't think it's going away. And the handheld PC market is heating up, and Switch 2 is a part of that in a way, even
And
though you can
don't
only do Switch
discount-
stuff on it.
Don't discount the idea of someone taking the SteamOS and making some kind of a console out of it for the living room that's way more powerful than the handheld. That
Yeah,
would be
like a dock,
really compelling. No, not a dock.
Yeah.
Just a box.
I just
You know,
don't
that-
think
Well, you
the
can
market's
with, like-
there for the box.
It would be a bit more expensive, like if you want to, like, because graphically the ROG and the Steam Deck are up there with the Switch, right? And I know people have like external GPUs that they keep in their living room. They dock their Steam Deck,
Yeah,
or their
you can-
their ROG, and then they run through like a 3080. to
Right.
get
You
that
can do that.
performance
That's
boost.
expensive, but yes, you can dock like
It's
that
expensive,
one
yeah.
into like a 30, like a docked like GPU. But I think that's like John is saying is the answer to the future. If you truly want to dock something and have it be more powerful, you need to have something behind it more than just more power. And right now you're just kind of giving it more power. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm just saying, if they make a box that doesn't have the screen, it's twice as powerful. It costs
that's what the
$500
Xbox
bucks.
is going to be, John. The Xbox.
I know. I understand this, but
there's
Valve
no
is so
reason-
far ahead with this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, like, that would be
Yeah,
really compelling.
They do have something special with SteamOS. Like when I first picked up the Steam Deck, it's seamless, right? It's idiot proof. It's seamless. Your library transfers over. And even if you don't have a library, they make it very easy to make an account and start buying.
That they want to be able to get in their Game Pass games. They want to be able to get in their Uplay games. They want their Battle.net
I know, but
games.
I've done all that.
Yeah.
You just put Windows on an SD card and away you go.
But a lot of people don't want to do that. They want pick up and play for everything. And so
what's annoying is the SD card's so small and I lost it.
Well, you can dual boot too as well. Don't talk about that again. Now, speaking of impressive, I know
Don't you
Ryan
collect Nintendo games?
It's way smaller than a Switch
my
card.
God.
I was playing World of Warcraft and Call of Duty on it at my
That's
mom
not
and
their
dad's
fault
house.
that you lost an SD card.
And I'm like, I'm not doing that shit again. I'm not putting that on there. I spent like
So,
a
John,
couple
did you
hours
watch
at my
any
mom's
Witcher
kitchen
4
table.
footage? Because you're down on it.
Well, I'm only down on it because it's not gameplay.
They had gameplay.
It's not
Yeah.
gameplay.
It's not kind of.
It's a tech
They had
demo. It
gameplay.
came out. It's a tech demo. It's not
No, but
gameplay.
they were
It's Unreal
walking
Engine
around in the
5.6.
world.
It's a tech
Yeah.
demo. It's not gameplay.
They're claiming it's
Yeah.
going to be, and that was like gameplay with like over
No.
60 FPS, and they've purely
Nope.
focused on performance for Unreal 5.6. It was really mostly about that, and then once they get the performance down, they're able to do all this other stuff with the high fidelity character models and the visual effects,
Yeah.
and it was really
The
impressive.
Witcher
Tree
4
technology.
gameplay is a tech demo and not the actual game, as confirmed by CD Projekt Red.
Yeah.
Right, but it looks
They demoed it.
amazing. Yeah,
It's not
It-
again. How about Siri? She look good.
they changed her.
She looked great.
I know. Do you like it?
Yeah, yeah. I think bitching about her face being
character model
busted
looked
works. It looks way better.
fantastic.
So yeah,
So
check
they
out
have
the
this
video.
new tech with the trees where they have I couldn't really understand it, but they have like they load in pixels and they change as your perspective changes, and whatever the heck they did, they said it's going to be able to run on anything like very well
Nanite
because of
foliage,
how
which
they've
provides a memory efficient
Yeah.
way to achieve high density and fidelity foliage. I mean, the trees look amazing. So I don't know.
beautiful.
I'm excited for Witcher 4 period, but like after seeing this, it's definitely piqued my interest here. I know John is down on it. He's not a
I'm
Witcher
just-
guy, period, but
Well, it's just it's a tech demo. It's not gameplay. So
sure. But I think it's capable of it because then you have
it's not going to be far off.
You have developers who can do good stuff with Unreal 5, like the Wukong devs, and then you have developers who make trash with it. So this is saying in the right hands, this is the potential of it. And I think that that's what
Sure.
you need. And as more people switch to it and start using it, I mean, we have even...
well, and more games are using it. So it's,
exactly. So it's exciting as somebody who loves good graphics. And then, look, there's a lot of things coming up this week. Xbox Showcase, PlayStation State of Play, Summer Game Fest.
Devolver Digital.
Yeah, like what are our
my
predictions?
baby.
We had some people ask. I know there's a rumor right now, right, John, with a God of War 2D game.
Yeah, which again, I kind of predicted that. Thank you. Okay, I did
Silk
say.
Song.
Boy, takes.
I said they need to go back to the old. I know this is not quite the old games, but just make a bite-sized God of War game, and this sounds like what it's going to be a 2.5D
it's a Metroidvania, though. So you
but
hate
2.5D. It's going to be 2.5D though, which I
Okay.
guess is kind of like the old like first God of War. I'm excited about this, and they're going back to Greece.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And
but
angry
is this?
Kratos.
I was kind of hoping though they would go back. I know it's to be seen though what the gameplay really is. So is it just a stripped down 2D side scrolling game, or is it like more 3D
2D side
engine?
scrolling. I mean, the rumor is 2D side scrolling action platformer, much like
2.5D
Prince of
they're
Persia: The
saying.
Lost Crown. So yeah, people are probably going to be super
That
pumped
sounds
for
good.
this. Yeah, that's a rumor though. We don't know yet.
But
A
the
lot of
Lost
stuff going to be
Crown-
happening this
no,
week.
don't do that.
Why
Is it
not?
like that? I don't want that.
You don't even like Metroidvanias. You're always bitching about them. Summer Game
I'm
Fest.
over them.
Yeah, like I don't know. We'll probably be seeing more stuff out of there. Maybe some more stuff about this. Star Wars Jedi director is now working on a D&D video game. So it's a single player video game in the work from the Dungeons and Dragons world. So, I mean, maybe we'll see more stuff about that mystery game that people have been talking about. But do you guys have any predictions for what you want to see? We'll probably see more of the First Light James Bond game, which we saw a picture about.
Yeah, we talked about this on our little
Discord podcast. Yeah,
and
didn't they say they were remaking GoldenEye as well to play on Xbox or something again? They were doing something with GoldenEye.
Well, this is a new James Bond game called First Light. They showed a guy with feathery hair in a trench coat. I don't think it looks like James Bond. I don't know what's happening.
The collar's too big.
The collar's too big.
It's
The
like
hair
Rick
is
Astley.
Yeah, the hair is it's definitely Rick Astley with a floofy haircut. I don't like it at all. So, but we'll probably game reveal this week. So that's going to be happening during the events.
We talked about
that
this
was for the Switch, right?
No,
they said they were making
the James Bond.
Remember
really?
during the Direct, it was the Nintendo Direct or the Switch Direct where they said it was announced that a James Bond game was being made for the Switch 2.
Really?
Well,
Maybe
probably,
you'll be able to play it on it, but I don't think it's just that.
Maybe maybe it's similar to what they did with
interactive
with Silk Song, where they announced like they showed the game. They're like on the Switch too, but everybody knows it's going to be everywhere. Probably
they've been doing that a lot. Like people have been trying to figure out the games that are just for Switch 2, but they're not really showing. They're taking claim for a lot of games that aren't theirs that are everywhere, but they're like showcasing them on. That's what everybody does these days. Like because exclusivity outside of a few.
Every
things
award
show
or whatever Xbox showcase, they show stuff that's everywhere, and we're supposed to go, thanks, Phil. Right? Like, but anyway, my concern with this game, we talked about this, was I hope it's not Hitman with James Bond or Hitman with hair.
They're promoting new Hitman stuff.
That engine is not.
They already have
Hitman.
This can't feel like Hitman. You already have Hitman.
No, I don't want to sit in a
hair.
closet for a half hour.
Right.
I just don't.
Oh, we'll see the trailer this week.
I'm deeply closeted.
I know you are. You played to a T. There is no man who is not deeply closeted, just played to a T. Speaking of closeted, I want to bring up this article. I know we don't try to avoid drama here, but Engadget had an article kind of picking on Grand Theft Auto, saying that the men were presented as toxic masculinity and there wasn't enough certain types of oh god, I don't know, like
it's a trailer.
What do you want? Like slap fights in the streets? Like what?
They said men in GTA are portrayed as violent, and largely there are the LGBT people, sex workers, and women are portrayed in a bad way. Dr. Colliver said in 2020.
I gotta disagree.
Typically, men are
so much variety
in the game.
Welcome to GTA.
Conform to almost
go away.
But listen to what they said about it. Typically, men in the game conform to almost these traditional masculine stereotypes that we expect of men around violence and aggression. You're playing fucking criminals. Like, what are you expecting them to do? Like, why are they picking this apart?
The game is called Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
You're stealing cars.
Right.
Right. Like,
you're committing felonies.
I thought we were
nonstop.
done with articles like this, and I thought we were done with this bullshit. And to see it on Engadget and not like, Polygon or Kotaku or something, why is this shit popping up? Like why are we talking about the fact that criminals are violent like in a Grand Theft Auto game? I don't know. It just struck me as like, we're not done with this bullshit yet. Like there's still people writing these shitty articles and talking about this stuff.
Don't force them into a Saints Row dilemma.
I know. Well, we'll see what the next GTA actually is. Video game consoles are dead, an article here. While Nintendo still focuses on console exclusivity, the rest of the video game industry is changing. I thought this article was funny just because they're saying the are dead thing. And I figured John would say, yeah, I invented that and Sony's dead and blah, 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 blah. But I am seeing a lot of these extreme headlines with dead. Like, this is dead, that's dead. But this is where
everything's dying.
Everything's dying and dead. But to me, and I think we've been saying this, I think so, gaming has never been better. Do you both feel that way? John,
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, I think that gaming's different, right? The AAA
it's never
stuff
been better.
There's so much variety.
There's so much
different.
Stuff.
It's
There's
different
nonstop
though.
Stuff. It's
let
not,
me finish.
It used to be a AAA once every 2 years. Now it's like the same thing, but there's better stuff in between.
What's different though is AAA once every 2 years. Everyone played that AAA and everyone jizzed about it. Now we have AAA all the time, and there's all these peaks and valleys. And then in between all that, we have all these amazing indie games that just come out of nowhere and take over our life for a week or two. And that happens constantly, like just constantly. And that didn't happen before.
No, there's literally a new game I want to dive into every single week.
I know. It's pretty. I don't think I've done this much gaming in a while, and we're on a roll right now. And I was just saying, like, what's going to be coming out? And then I'm like, okay, I've got Dune Awakening early access on the 5th here, which I'll be talking about next week, and then Stellar Blade to PC. And it's like there's too much stuff. So people that are bitching about gaming, it's bad. I just don't think they're trying enough things. Or something. I don't know. I don't get it, but
they're not taking chances. The AAA.
Yeah, they're just playing Fortnite and COD,
right.
And that's all they play.
Yeah, and then they're excited about the Switch 2 when they're playing Mario Kart. That's why you guys hate gaming. You're playing Mario Kart. Come play some other stuff out there.
So, Ryan, I need to ask you a question.
Yes.
So, according to this article, milk in a bag is a long-standing tradition in Canada.
It's not a tradition. It's just how we get our milk.
Really?
It comes in a bag.
Yeah, so it's in like a rectangular bag about the size of your forearm. I think it's a 1 liter
like
bag.
Now this is breast milk. I don't.
This is gaming related. What I'm doing here. So
you don't pour it in a jug. There's a specific jug you have to buy that fits the bag, and you cut the corner tip of the bag, and it just pours out of the bag. And when it's done, you throw it out.
No, that's like a blood bag. I don't like that.
I haven't bought milk in years.
See, this is a night. Okay, so
plastic is bad for you anyway. You should be.
You cut a little corner in the bag,
and
then you dump it in. And then how do you close it?
You don't
pour it. Oh,
you put it in the fridge, and the hole in the bag stays open.
So they force you to buy a reusable milk box.
Yeah, like you buy 3 bags at a time. They stay closed until you want to drink one, and then when you open one, it's open. So you have to drink it.
He's very sensitive about this milk in a box.
I've never had it go bad in my entire life. Like I don't know, that back when I was a kid, I used to drink a little bit more milk, but it was genius.
So
it's
right.
great.
Now Phil has come through for you because the Xbox Series X milk pitcher comes in white or black, and it can hold up to 1.3 liters. You can buy an Xbox branded milk pitcher. Do you want to get this? No. You need to get this.
I might have to do that. You got to send me the link. Let's take
I just posted it in the
I don't like the look of this, Phil. Of all the things you could be selling, powered by 100% Canadian innovation. Xbox
First the toaster and the fridge.
Oh wow, they have a big trailer video. It's loud.
So I did want to bring up this week, actually a couple months ago, Team Cherry took down a few things on Silksong's Steam page. They took them off, gone, trailer gone. And then suddenly last night, late in the night, they uploaded a bunch of stuff. Like,
that means something's
I'm pretty sure they
week.
uploaded like achievements and maybe the game and like a bunch of stuff. And everyone's thinking Thursday when the Switch comes out, Shadow drop Silksong, it'll break the internet.
Really? You think it's going to come
Either
out for
that
everything
or
on
a
Thursday?
release date.
Okay.
Pardon me?
Do you think it's going to come out for everything on Thursday?
If it does, it will be on everything. I guarantee it. They won't miss that opportunity. People will go nuts for that. But I'll be hyped. That's a good one. That's
maybe they'll
definitely
do a demo at
one
least
to watch
or something.
They might. They didn't for Hollow Knight, but that was when Hollow Knight was still small and indie, and they didn't really know what it was going to do. So they may do a demo. I can see that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
They do have a demo out there floating around, so yeah, it might work out.
Yeah, for them to do an update like that probably means something's coming during these events. A demo or a pre-order or something like that. Add to wish list.
Yeah, we might get
especially
a bunch
after
of demos
not touching their Steam page. They haven't touched their Steam page in years, and all of a sudden, I think last month they did something, and then last night. So something's
that's
coming.
a sign. Something's coming this week. So yeah, Xbox Showcase, PlayStation State of Play, Summer Game Fest. We're going to be seeing demos, trailers. Switch 2 is coming out this week. Like, it's kind of going to be a good, fun gaming week, I think, with some exciting news. Now, John, what are your plans here? You have a Walmart pre-order. You were worried they were going to cancel it.
Yeah.
The unboxing stream, Badger's asking about, look, Thursday, if it comes early, John's probably going to rip it open. But
I don't know. We're going to play it by ear. That's all I'm going to say.
Play it by ear. Head to twitch.tv/John and Michelle. Follow. John may do something, record
my
it.
order is still safe.
Okay.
I'm checking right now.
When do you usually get deliveries?
I'm hearing if you have like, if you have like a little baggie beside it or a delivery car, like there's certain times that it's going to come.
Yeah,
Like it's
supposedly.
guaranteed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
if you have a
using the
truck-
Walmart delivery workers.
If you have a truck next to your order, it's coming like FedEx or something. And if you have
Okay.
a bag, then
It's
it's
being
coming
delivered.
local
Well, what do you
DoorDash style.
have?
I have a bag.
Oh.
So that could come
Apparently
early.
that's the
right when they
earliest
wake up.
delivery,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're going to get
Yep.
that right in the morning then because they're not dropping it off. Okay.
So, but I mean, there's no guarantee of that time though, because those deliveries come sporadically throughout the day. There's never.
Yeah, but how many people are going to be getting a Switch that day?
But I mean, I do Walmart Plus all the time. So, and I
There's
have
going to
the
be one guy delivering all the Switches.
Yeah.
I know.
They're going to go missing.
Well,
All right, so-
yeah, but yeah, so mine has not been canceled. I was, there's all these stories about people's orders getting canceled. I think some of them had maybe issues with credit cards. I don't know.
Yeah.
I did get charged on Saturday.
For more than it was, right? Did the hold go
Yeah.
away? Okay.
Yeah, like on my wife's phone, like Apple Pay is connected to my Amex, so it popped up on there
Okay.
that a charge went through.
But you said it
For
was
five-
for more than it should have been.
$570.
They're
It was for
fleecing you.
$570, and it should have been $540.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, sounds-
Why?
Sounds
Why?
so cheap in USD.
Yeah.
The total should be $540.79 with tax.
We
So, I
got to
don't
tip
know.
the guy, right? The driver. Don't you get
Did you
tip
get
him?
the camera or a controller or an extra
No,
game
I
or
purposely
anything with
didn't
it?
I did not do any of that. I got the Mario Kart bundle. I decided not to get the controller. I will get the controller, in a week or two or something, but I see no rush because I actually like the Pro controller currently.
Right.
And
Did we confirm that the old controllers work? All the
Yes.
Joy-Cons and the Pro
Yeah.
controllers?
Now, John, what's
Nice.
different about the Joy-Cons
That's
with the
nice.
little controller handle thing? It looks different. Like they changed the shape of it.
the Pro controller or the Joy-Cons?
No, the Joy-Cons in the holder, not out of it.
Oh,
It looks
in the holder.
shape
I
is-
never
like
used
the
that
grips
shit.
look different. Because I didn't mind that on the regular Switch, but I have smaller hands than you.
The only time I use that is if I need a second controller or a third controller
Okay.
that I don't have, and then I'll do that, like to play some multiplayer game like Mario Party or something.
Jedi
Actually,
says
Mario
tariffs.
Party wouldn't
Are
let
you
you do
sure
that.
the price didn't go up on the Switch?
It did not go up.
I don't think it did.
Well, why the hell did they charge you extra? I still want to get to the bottom of that. Like that would bother me. That they charged you.
Transaction fee.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
like-
looking at the
Administration
actual. I'm looking
fee.
at the actual order on the Walmart app, and the
Did
prices.
you do the taxes and everything? Like, not to be smart ass, but
Yeah.
the tax is $31.81. It says subtotal $508.98. Why was it $508?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's going on with your pricing here? Did Nintendo
It says $499.99.
then tax?
I don't know.
There must be some delivery fee or some, and you got to tip
Yeah,
your
there
driver
must
too.
be.
Then
I
you're
have
gonna
I have
throw like a
Walmart
20,
Plus.
right?
I don't pay.
You don't
delivery
tip them
Oh.
though. You're supposed to tip.
is it your
Still.
membership? Maybe your membership expired and they're
fee. No,
charging you.
it comes with my card.
Well, they charged you extra, but yeah. So we'll play it by ear.
Premium.
John will unbox if we can. I know you're super excited. That means next week you've got a Mario Kart review. What else are you excited to jump into?
I don't know. like I've been trying to figure that out myself. Like I was asking Kevin when he was on there, like what else is people getting? Like what are the games? And he was saying like Tears of the Kingdom and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be curious to try maybe Mario Party just to see how they use the mouse controls with it and stuff.
Do you think they should have launched with more stuff?
Yes.
I do.
Well, I
Yes,
don't know.
absolutely.
There's supposedly like 14 different games or tech demos on the device when you get it. You know, like
That's
the stupid
not
wheelchair
those aren't new
shit.
things.
I know, but I think you have to
and
pay
that
for.
interactive, like,
I think you have to pay
Switch-
for some of that shit. Like,
Oh, okay. The
Yeah,
wheelchair
that one
game, is
game
on
that
there?
should have been on the
Yeah.
console, the one where you like explore the Joy-Con and like the
Right.
system's insides, that
Yeah.
should have been on the console. Is
Right.
a charge. I think it's like $20 or something.
When is the Pokemon game coming out that you want to play, Rye?
Legends ZA, I think they got a release date of October 16th.
Okay, so that's far
And
off.
but the old one has a free upgrade. You don't need Nintendo Online, and you don't need to pay the DLC upgrade. The
Okay.
developers definitely felt bad for the condition that the game released in 4 years ago
Mm-hmm.
or 3 years ago, whatever. But it does look good. You get many more textures and things spawning in, and Pokemon spawning in on the screen. It's running at 60 FPS, which it actually does look buttery smooth. It does look much better than it.
So if you
the
got
shape
a
it was
Switch, you
in
would jump
on
right into
release.
that. Like, what would you do?
I would 100% play Mario Kart, but I would 100% start a new game on that and see how it
Okay.
goes. I may not play the whole thing, but I would definitely play it just to experience that upgrade.
Okay.
and what about like even like Xenoblade? Like, Because remember they had like some hidden option to turn on 60 frames and shit. And people
Yeah.
were saying
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I don't
All
know.
those games that were like borderline will run better. I think.
Yep.
I think they're definitely worth a pickup if you never played them before and you want to play them mobile because they'll probably run better than like something on the Steam Deck.
It's going to be great for people new to the Switch world. There's going to be a lot and especially people with nothing else, because like I saw like Split Fiction is going on there, and like games that have never been on the Switch before that other people have maybe played on PlayStation or PC. People on the Switch now are getting access to a bunch of games that might be new to them if they're Switch only people. I mean, these are the people that are going to have the most fun with the Switch too, right? They've, as far as like you, John, you've probably played a lot of the stuff, including Cyberpunk or Elden Ring or whatever else is going to pop up on there. But I think if people are new to the Switch,
which is similarly to what happened with the Wii U.
Yeah,
a lot of people didn't really like it, and then they just transferred all those games over and made them run better on the Switch.
Yep.
here's the launch titles: Arcade Archives 2, Ridge Racer. Okay. Bravely Default, Flying Fairy, HD Remaster. I'm going to go fast here. Civ 7, Cyberpunk, Deltarune. Stop me if you want to talk about anything. Fantasy Life.
Wait.
Oh,
well, Fantasy Life
got
I
a
has already
release
been out for
date?
Switch One. These launch titles though
This
are
is
a lie.
this is Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
Yeah, but that's not a launch title. Like
It's
Fantasy
a Nintendo
Life I
Switch
came
2.
out last
It's
month.
the Nintendo Switch
on
2
Switch
edition of
and
the
PC.
game.
Yeah, but that's not a launch title then if there's already a version.
Okay,
of the
well, I'm
game.
just going to say these games. Fast Fusion,
They're
Fortnite,
lies.
Hitman, Fortnite. Actually, Fortnite's going to have mouse support, supposedly.
Oh, you need to try that. You need to try that and talk about it next week. You better try mouse support.
Hitman World of Assassination Signature Edition, Hogwarts Legacy, Kunutsu Gami, Path of Goddess, Breath of the
That's
Wild,
my
Tears of
game
the
of the year
Kingdom,
last year.
Mario Kart World, Switch 2 Welcome Tour. I'll definitely do that. I have to do that.
And you're playing a shooter with the mouse.
That's that one I
Joy-Con
was
mouse.
talking about.
Yeah. Nobunga's Ambition, Awakening Complete Edition, Puyo Puyo Tetris, Rune Factory, Shine Post, Be Your Idol, Sonic X Shadow, Split Fiction, Street Fighter 6,
I was gonna say a lot of those games have already released. There's
They are.
nothing
They're not
brand
launch
new
titles.
other than Mario
Survival
Kart.
Kids,
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yakuza. Well, I mean, in the Nintendo world, like Cyberpunk never existed, right? In Hogwarts Legacy.
Right.
Yeah, but who only has a Nintendo Switch?
Hogwarts did.
Was Hogwarts
Didn't
on
it?
the first?
Yeah.
I think it came out. Yeah.
Yes, this is just
It was
Switch 2
crap.
version. Yeah. And I'm wondering if the mouse pointer will work as the wand or something stupid or there. I don't know, John. I want to hear from you about a review about
Hey,
the
that
mouse
would be
pointer
cool.
with Fortnite or something like that. These are the things you got to check in on. You got to play the legless simulator.
Okay, so I will absolutely do that. I hope God the weather better be nice. I would love to do like deck mode, bring a keyboard and a mouse, on my
Don't
deck
do
and play
that.
Fortnite.
What's the
Why?
point of the
You carry a
keyboard
mouse
and a
pad
mouse?
now.
No. We're talking about using the Joy-Con as a mouse. You have to test that.
I
Don't
want
bring
to try
out a mouse
both.
and keyboard.
I'm going to try both.
All right.
I can't wait till they release like Mario and you just hold his head and he's a mouse and they'll just have all these different Nintendo characters as mice.
Yeah, or where is the Mario Paint? Like John said, like you have
Yeah,
a
Mario
wand.
Paint was a no-brainer. Like
They didn't. There should have been a
Hello?
huge tech demo with all the stuff you can do with the Joy-Con, like Paint.
yeah,
I'm sure that's coming though. They're gonna have something just like they did with the infrared stuff on the Switch. They had they were plastering that everywhere for months when the Switch came out.
Yeah.
And the way you could connect two Switch screens on a table together and play the game like through the screen, like you know what I mean? You can transfer something from one screen to another. There was very, very few games that use that technology, but they did advertise it a hell of a
I know.
lot.
Like
Well,
Labo,
like,
the piano you put together for 6 hours when you kill yourself.
Labo.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've
Labo 2 is going to be cutting out of
Yeah.
CNC steel.
I mean, I've said this before. Like they always do this on launch. I remember, like on the 3DS, they showed the AR stuff that you could do, and I had the AR cards, and Mario was on my coffee table running around.
Yeah.
No one ever did anything with that ever again. It was just like in the tech
No.
demo. But
These
the
things have a
mouse,
short lifespan.
yeah. But they do these tech demos, like just think about like even the Switch, like that fucking boxing game that Arms, everyone's gonna box with the Joy-Cons, and none of that shit ever happened.
Oh, I forgot. Do you think
I
we're
had
going to
fun
see
with
anything
Arms.
about Marathon tomorrow at the Sony event? I think it's dead.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's
Like,
dead.
Marathon fans convinced game will be canceled as Sony halts marketing plans. It was supposed to
I
be shown
don't-
off
if
at
it's
the
not-
Sony event.
Yeah, if it's not dead, they're gonna hide it out for a bit because of the controversy.
Yeah,
they're gonna wait it out and come back with like a big plan and like a big extravaganza for Marathon. That's
I'm on the website and the look of the game hasn't changed.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably removed some assets that were direct, rip-offs, but it still looks the same.
I just wonder
to
if
me.
it would show up at the state of play, but I don't think it's gonna.
I don't know. They're fucked.
Yep.
Like,
you know what? I was getting a vibe initially when I first got my PS5, and there was no games. There was like 1 or 2 games. I think I played Elden Ring and COD, Black Ops Cold War, and that was it. I didn't buy a single game for the longest time. I think I bought It Takes Two, and my PS5 has been sitting dormant for months. I haven't played it. I think I played Split Fiction. That was the only game in the last 2 years that I've played on it. And I was worried Nintendo was going to do the same thing. Like the Switch 2 was going to come out. There wasn't going to be anything. But they have a year planned of tons of releases of their main IPs. I think they're going to succeed. I think people are going to want it. They're going to want to play their IPs, their favorite IPs, Mario, Zelda, Pokemon. I think they're going to do well. I think it's going to be a good release.
I saw people
are holding
I saw
off
people
till OLED, I'm hearing.
No.
I was
the normal person doesn't even know that. The screen's like way bigger and more vibrant. No one knows a fucking OLED is. Normal people don't know.
OLED TV.
New
It's not
LCD technology.
like just because Matt Bradford didn't know if he had a 4K TV or not does not mean the average gamer doesn't know that, John. People understand technology more than you think, especially younger people. Maybe not a 50-year-old guy that whoever you're portraying in your head, but you're telling me a 29-year-old doesn't know what an OLED screen is?
I don't think it's part of everyone's lexicon on it. Like, no, I don't.
Okay.
I think the average
hang out with dumb
shopper at Walmart or Target doesn't know. I'm just speaking about like just people, the general public shopping for shit.
Yes.
They're in a Best Buy and it's showing some fucking demo on the screen. They go, "That looks good, honey."
Kiwi says, Michelle, you'd be surprised how stupid people are. All right, fine. You're right.
Kiwi's not wrong.
It's got 75 inches.
I think it's an old person thing and out of touch. I feel
no,
like...
honey, that's 75 inches.
All right. Apparently you guys have...
It's 75. We got...
That's good. We good.
58, I think.
Now we're going to get the angry emails from the Southerners again that you're using them for your dumb voice, John. You piss them off every time.
No, that's a very nondescript thing.
And people shop at Best Buy. Does that even still exist?
Yeah.
Okay.
We go
Speaking of which, King of the Hill's coming back, and that's going to be great. Yeah, apparently Hank took a trip to Saudi Arabia for like 10 months or something, and he comes back.
Yeah, I agree with you, Namco. OLEDs are at the entrance of every Costco for the past 5 years. Everybody knows what it means. I think people do. I don't know.
No,
every cell phone made in the last 5 years, 10 years has been OLED.
No.
Yeah, or some form of
my
like
LG.
an ammo OLED. Why are you talking
Not the
like
LG.
that? We better move on.
No.
Your phone's not OLED?
Zaboom, I leave my
I got
house every
LG,
day. Thank you.
Not my LG.
Yeah, I guess I live in an area where there's not a lot of dumb retards because I live in a pretty much Irvine's a pretty
What are you
tech-friendly
talking
city.
about? I don't... What?
This guy's telling me I don't
last
leave my
year.
house because I think people know what OLED is. No, I just think people that are listening to a gaming podcast and buying gaming stuff probably have an idea.
I'm talking about the world. You're talking about
the world. Well, I don't care what's
whatever
going on in Sri
demographic
Lanka.
with your
I'm
little
talking about our
fucking-
listeners, like people that are buying. People
But
that are
you're
buying
saying
Switches.
no one's going to buy the Switch
No,
because
I said
it doesn't have an OLED.
I said I think a lot of people are
Yeah.
going to wait for the OLED because that's what I'm hearing from our listeners, and maybe our listeners have a
Okay.
little bit more tech knowledge than the average guy
course
in
they
Sri
do.
Lanka. Okay.
Sri Lanka?
Yeah, because you're talking about the world. Like I got to be concerned about what's happening
No.
globally with people's knowledge of OLED. Most people can't even like what?
Listen, the screen's bigger. It has HDR. It's 120 hertz. It's probably a much better LCD technology than we have now.
Yeah, I think
it's
if you're
gonna
going
be
to
okay.
compare LCD to that screen, it's going to look a lot better. But I said, but people like John, we've heard them. Ryan, you were just one of them that you were probably going to wait for the OLED. I don't think that that's an absurd thing either. In case that's around Christmas, and then they get that with some other games.
It's
That's
not
all.
Christmas though. To
I don't
make
think
that
it'll be this
declaration,
year.
you're saying I'm not going to play any of these games for 5 years because that's what we're talking
Maybe
about.
they'll emulate them on their PC.
There's
in 5 years.
Okay,
You think
there's
5
no
years till an OLED?
Okay, I'll
5
tell you, there's
years?
no
That's a
OLED.
lot.
Next year.
There's no OLED this Christmas, I assure you.
It's
So you're
next
telling
year.
me that I'm going to just go on my
there's
OLED.
enough good games out there.
You're telling me to
I'm
go on
telling
my
you that
OLED
a lot of
high
our
horse
listeners don't give
and,
a fuck
and wait
about Mario
2
Kart.
years to play games? There's all kinds of games coming up in July. I want to play that Donkey Kong game. Looks fucking great, fun to me.
But some people don't care about Mario
I'm supposed
Kart.
to sit on the sidelines and pray
some
to
people.
the
And if I
OLED
was going to get a
gods.
Switch 2, I would wait for an OLED in the next Zelda game. I don't give a shit about Donkey
gamers
Kong.
know what OLED is.
So, yeah, I don't give
the
a shit about Donkey
demographic that
Kong.
listens to this podcast
But
and
I'm
that
not
plays video games.
waiting 2 years for this to happen.
But we
I
don't
need
know
it
if it's
now.
2 years. And
It's
you may,
not
and I know,
this
John,
Christmas.
John,
year.
I know you're
It's
a
not
Donkey
this
Kong guy,
Christmas.
but not everybody is. Some people are like, I'll wait for the Mario
That's
platformer.
one game. There's gonna be other games.
Okay,
This is
calm
wheelchair
down.
game
So
and stuff.
you can't mock these people and say they're stupid because look, I get what they're saying. They're waiting for the next Mario platformer or Zelda game, and by that time, it might be Switch OLED time. I get why people are holding off. I don't
That
think
was originally my plan to wait for Pokemon and the OLED.
Yeah.
But if whichever one came first, I was going to buy.
Exactly.
So,
So
like,
people may not care about Mario Kart or may not care about the Donkey Kong game. They might be like, show me the next Zelda, show me the next Mario game, then I'm going to pick one up. If
But
it's
there's
OLED,
Metroid.
great.
There's everything else that's coming out this year. So it's not just those.
But Metroid looks like a GameCube game, and some people may not care. Look, some people are like Zelda and Mario.
Well, it sounds like they don't like anything. So why are they even considering it?
Okay, so everybody
They're not.
who's talked to us and Ryan, including yourself.
So if they hate everything,
Well, why
they
don't
don't
you
like
ask
Mario,
Ryan? 'Cause
they don't
he-
like Donkey
he
Kong,
said
they hate
before he
fucking
was-
Metroid, then why are they even thinking about this
they're
thing? They
waiting
should
for
just
a
go
Mario
get
or
something
Zelda
else.
game. They're waiting for
Well,
a
maybe
Mario
they
or
don't
Zelda
like
game.
Mario. They don't like Mario. They don't
Okay,
like Zelda.
Well, why are you taking this? Well, Ryan was waiting for an OLED. Why don't you
He's
ask
not,
him?
though. He's
But
about
he's
ready
not
to go
because his
camp with his
situation
fucking
has changed.
tunic on. Right.
No.
Yeah.
He said he was waiting for an OLED. You
Yeah.
were one of the people that told us that. I don't think that makes him a non-Nintendo fan. It means
Okay.
that he was
But
waiting for
you're-
a game
if
or
you're
OLED.
saying-
people are also skeptical of buying it now.
John
is
wants
like
people to
the-
buy
the stock.
both. They want people to buy it twice. Maybe not
Yeah, I'm
everybody
gonna
wants
buy
to
it
buy
twice.
it
I'm
twice.
gonna buy
Nintendo
it 3
wants.
times. Listen, bring it on. Let's do it.
Well, so you're like
Make
Randy
the
Pitchford.
bigger,
If you're a
smaller,
fan, you'll find a
faster.
way. If you're a fan, you'll find a way to buy the Switch twice, guys. So if you want to,
no.
if you want to
Yeah.
wait for the OLED, you're not a Nintendo
But,
fan.
but,
you
but
hate
telling
Nintendo.
people to wait for the OLED is bad advice. You're telling
It's not
them
bad advice.
just wait, sit in the corner, and miss everything for 2 years.
If they don't care
That's
about
bad
the games that
advice.
are out,
That
it's not
is
bad
bad
advice. They might be
advice.
waiting for the next Zelda.
And
like
by the
me.
way,
I would only care
you might
about
have
Zelda,
an OLED
Animal
in your
Crossing.
living. Do you have an OLED in your living room? Did you know you could plug that
I
into
thought people
it?
didn't know what that is. Nobody knows what an OLED is.
Well, you do. I'm just telling you.
Nobody
if
knows
you could
what it
play
is,
these
John.
games
They've
like-
never heard of that
Michelle,
before.
You said that you don't play
Nobody knows
handheld
what it
anyway.
is.
So I got news for
What
you.
am I, John?
Plug it into your TV. Well, then
Donkey
you
Kong.
hate everything.
No, I
It's
don't.
not
I
for
like
toddlers.
Zelda
Yeah.
and I like Animal Crossing, and I don't see them out. Do you?
Okay, so then just wait for years and miss everything that's coming out this year. Doesn't make any sense.
I'm waiting, period, because I'm not going to get a Switch. I'm talking to our listeners who have said I'm waiting for an OLED. And you're saying they're dumb and not Nintendo fans. And I'm explaining their
I
perspective.
didn't call anyone dumb.
That
I was
maybe they
saying
don't care
that,
yet
that
because they
most
care about a
people
Mario
in the
platformer
world
or
don't
Zelda.
maybe know what OLED difference is when they see something at a store.
What do I care about most people? I'm talking about our listeners, that some are waiting for an OLED. I
But
said
you're
we're hearing from
blanket
people.
saying that you're hearing that people are not buying
From
this.
our listeners, who do you think I'm communicating with?
I
in our
thought you were
community?
talking about the general public.
I don't speak to the general public about the Nintendo Switch, too, John.
But I'm
Use your common
talking to
sense.
the world right now. Okay, so
Well,
like
the world that can't hear you. I'm talking about people who listen to our show. So what do we care about the general world? I'm talking
but
about people listening-
you're painting this picture that it's going to be a dismal failure
I didn't
because
say
it's
a
not
dismal
OLED.
failure. I said from
and I'm
what I'm
telling
hearing
you,
from
I
our
disagree
community
with
is some
you
people
because
are
most
waiting
people
for
don't give a
OLED.
fuck, and the people that want it are going to buy it.
No, I think a lot of our listeners are waiting for OLED. I haven't taken a survey.
Till when?
But
Till when? Till when,
till
Michelle?
maybe the
What
pressure
are your
point hits and the next
instructions for
Zelda's
them?
out.
What is your
John?
best
Till it comes
advice
out.
here?
John, hold on.
Okay, so when is
First
that?
of all, why are you
2027?
blaming me for the things they're saying? And I don't have instructions for them. But if I was going to give them
Well, you
advice, it would
seem
be
to have
buy
this
it when-
crystal ball that
I don't,
that
John, if you were in our community at all, interacted with people instead of being in your ivory tower and just coming down into our paid
No.
channel once a month, maybe you'd have more of a pulse of what's going on, including one of the hosts we have here
Yeah.
who said he was himself probably waiting on planning for the OLED. So
But
it's
he's
not
not waiting.
Well, it's not because situations have changed in his life. So, just to pull back the curtain, John, it's not my idea.
yeah,
it's just
thanks.
from what people are saying. Yeah. So because Rye is going to be our third host, and we'll talk about that in the 17th, he's deciding to look for a Switch now, John. His situation has changed. So
What are you-
Michelle.
Yeah, congratulations.
Okay.
Congratulations.
This show is
Because-
fucking dumb.
Congratulations, because people didn't already know
Yeah.
because he's back again this week and is coming back on the 17th. But I'm just saying, if people are
What?
waiting for the
Okay.
OLED, including Ryan, that doesn't make them dumb or not fans.
You're a child. You know that?
I
Honestly.
am. Thank you. I'm a child, but I'm the one buying a Switch 2 and playing Mario Kart. And calling people
I
who
do
don't,
a video
and
game
calling people
podcast
who are
last time I
waiting
checked.
for an OLED, not fans.
Because
Got
it's
it.
bad advice. You're telling them to
ESP
sit
said-
around for years.
This is not my advice. This is what they are saying. I didn't
Okay.
say this is my advice. My advice would
So
be to wait
sit
for a
around
game you
for
want to play.
years.
John, it's not
You
my
might
fucking
get
advice.
it.
It's what our listeners have told me about waiting for an OLED. That they're waiting for an OLED. That's not my advice. Okay, that has nothing to do with me. What is that? My advice? How is the fact that Ryan was going to wait for an OLED my advice? That's not my advice. Okay. And like ESP is saying, John gets upset when people call Gray Zone a Tarkov clone.
Okay,
All right?
maybe
Yeah,
that was
you've been-
fun.
No,
Maybe
you've been
that was
fighting
funny.
with people all week about this. Okay, you're very sensitive. You're very sensitive about it.
It was
Anyway.
it was funny.
But John, stop blaming me for listeners saying they're waiting for an OLED
You're
and
telling
attacking me
people to
over it.
wait.
Okay, we're gonna have
How am
round
I
tables.
telling
Don and I are
people-
gonna play on the
How am I
Switch.
telling
Michelle's
people
gonna
to
play
wait?
emulation.
How am I telling people to wait? I said a lot
I
of
know,
people in
Boom
our
Tap,
community
thank
are
you.
waiting for the OLED. Yeah, Boom Tap, who can't last in our Discord more than a day without coming and going because he's fucking unstable. Let's get advice from this guy. Okay, he's a troll,
All right.
perpetual troll.
All right,
John.
so tell people how to find us.
Well, if you want to find us and congratulate Rye as our third host, and by the way, we're going to do an official announcement on the 17th, but you guys already knew because he's the only guy who's been back like 3 or 4 times, and he's coming back again on
Thanks,
the 17th. But next week, we're going to be talking to Amali. We are going to be talking about his Valve trip and John's Switch 2, which you should not wait to get. Okay, you should not wait to get. My advice is go buy it now and then go buy it again. Even if you don't want to play Mario Kart and you don't want to play, what else is out? I don't know. The Switch 2 version of Split Fiction. So that's my advice.
Wheelchair basketball.
Wheelchair basketball. Go out and buy that Switch 2 right now. Buy it twice. Buy it 3 times. And congratulations, Ryan, for our third host seat.
Thank you.
We will, of course, do a big celebration on the 17th. But I think it's good to announce this now because get to know him. Come on down. He's been gaming with people.
We optimized the semiconductor
Oh God,
process
we're back on
technology
this again.
for high performance in a handheld device.
Come
So we
down
can go
live and
wherever
support
you
him on the
trip.
17th if you
This
want to say
chip
hi
is a
and you're a
technical
Canadian because we've been hearing from
It
Canadians
delivers
out there who are happy that you're a
performance,
Canadian
intelligence, and
and
beauty
as well.
in
And
a
they
Need the
all love you.
representation.
So so come on
Switch
down
2
live
is
on the
more than a
17th and
new
let's have
console.
like a good welcoming
It's a
for
new
Rye as well on
chapter
twitch.tv/John and Michelle.
of Iwata-san's vision.
And then, of course,
This
next
is a
week
proud
will
moment
be
for
John
all of us
Switch
at
2
NVIDIA.
Jizz Fest.
The chip inside Nintendo Switch 2 is unlike anything we've built before.
Oh my God.
The most advanced
Jesus.
graphics
Buddha
ever
Bomb, will
in a
you
mobile
stop?
device.
Oh my God.
Full hardware ray tracing.
I just
high
noticed he's been
dynamic
spamming
range
that
with
the whole
brighter
time.
highlights and deeper shadows.
Shout out to you, Buddha Bomb.
And an
It is
architecture
great.
that supports
great.
backward compatibility. Dedicated AI processors to sharpen, animate,
Are we allowed
and
to leave now?
enhance gameplay
And if you want to
in real
find us
time.
during the week, come to videogameoutsiders.com. We're
ultra
giving away a
low power.
copy of Elden Ring
We
Nightreign in our
optimized the
Discord.
I
If you want
ended
to
it.
play with us, shout out. I'm recording. That's okay.
We're not. We're
well, that's
not in
okay,
the air.
John. Nobody really listens live. We have we're recording a show for people that download it the next day, like all of our listeners. So if you want to find us during the week, come on down to videogameoutsiders.com. We've got a Discord contest from CD Keys to win Elden Ring Nightreign, and of course, let us know: are you waiting for Switch OLED? And if you are, why is that my bad advice? All right, we're done.
Good night.
Using up all of my oxygen. Making a plan to get you